welcome along to Playing More. Merry Christmas to everybody, albeit belatedly, as we look forward to Torquay United versus Truro City in front of what we believe is going to be the biggest crowd of the season at Playing More. Speaking to one of the stewards, he reckons it's a crowd of approximately 3,800 to 4,000 here today. We'll believe it when we see it, but hopefully it will create a great atmosphere. As I look around, the pop side across from us is almost full already. Bristol's bench filling up nicely, and the family stand behind the goal far more populated than it usually is. Also take this moment to welcome listeners from BBC Radio Cornwall. You can get us on FM and DAB today, and myself and my colleague Dave Thomas will try to be as fair as we can do, but as we're broadcasting from Radio Devon, we might have a little cheer if Torquay United manage to score. So it's a good afternoon to Dave Thomas from Torquay Weekly. Dave, I'll run through the teams in a minute, but I'm looking, first thing I notice for Torquay, Will Jenkins-Davis and Brett McGavin come back in. A huge boost for Torquay United, is it not?
Certainly is, Paul. Yes, good afternoon. Hello everybody, Merry Christmas. 9 players out, 8 injured, and Brett McGavin suspended for the 2-0 defeat at Chelmsford last Saturday, when I think it's worth mentioning that Truro City beat Haverton Waterlooville 1-0 at home, which was a good result for them. And these injuries have been absolutely crippling the goals, and if you think about it, they've done pretty well in those circumstances. Big plus, Jenkins-Davis back on loan from Plymouth Argyle, and of course Brett McGavin, who's the playmaker in midfield, back from a 1-match suspension.
Yeah, I'll just run through both sides for you, Dave, as both teams coming out. Torquay United, as you mentioned, Brett McGavin and Jenkins-Davis back in, a huge bonus for Gary Johnson, and they will line up today with Halstead in goal. We believe a back four of right to left of Ross Marshall, Tomlinson, Moxie and Harris. A midfield of Brett McGavin, Will Jenkins-Davis, Ethan Archer and Lewis Collins. McGavin will sit in that deep lying role, and up front, well, Foyu will see where he plays, and Williams up front. Brad Ash and of course Aaron Jarvis still injured. For the visitors, they just make one change today, and they will line up, we believe, although we will confirm as the game goes on, it will be Hammond in goal. A back three, we think, of Harrison, Palmer and Adelsbury, who is the only change. The wing backs, Riley Lowe on the right, and a name familiar to Torquay and probably Plymouth fans, Ryan Law at left wing back. It will be a midfield three of Porter, Dean and Brett, with Greenslade, I beg your pardon, and Tyler Harvey up front, another name that needs no introduction to football in the southwest. A man 28 years of age now, but he has scored a lot of goals, particularly for Truro, and indeed was a fulcrum of their promotion push and successful one via the playoffs last season. Torquay United playing in their traditional home shirt. It's yellow and white this season, blue shorts and white socks. Truro have got a red and black striped shirt on, black shorts and red socks. And I mentioned to somebody just before we come on air, Dave, the form table in this league over the last 5 games has got a surprising name in it, and Truro City is that name. They're actually joint second with Torquay United, 12 points from their last 5 games, the same as Torquay United, so their league position could be false. 5 points out of the relegation zones, but with 2 games in hand, if they won them, they would only be 2 points, I think, out the playoff places. So this league is an anomaly plus, isn't it, this season? And Truro, well, as I said, you get a run of form like this, it changes it. So they will be coming here looking for all 3 points, and Torquay United or any other fans would be foolish to even come close to underestimate today's visitors.
Couldn't agree more. I think Truro may have struck the first blow by winning the toss, because United will be playing towards their favourite end, the old fogies like me call the Ellicombe end, that play more the family stand end in the first half. They normally prefer to play that way second half. Really good crowd in. I think we might be close to 4,000 for this traditional Boxing Day fixture, and everybody is looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, Torquay about to take kick-off. The referee just checking everybody. We'll be getting underway bang on time today here, it seems. Torquay United will kick off, and as Dave mentioned, they will attack the family stand in the first half, and we get this Boxing Day derby underway, and it's United kick-off. Brett McGavin already plays a long diagonal ball looking for the rampaging Ross Marshall, a man who I don't think any of us seen a career at full-back for him, but that's where Gary Johnson's utilised him. Dave mentioned the raft of injuries Torquay United have got on the bench today. Dan Martin, he did get a game on Saturday, he came on, he's gradually working his way back into the squad. As it stands, it's a throw in for Truro. It's headed on, but Dean Moxey will play that off Greenslade, and Torquay United will have a throw in down the pop side on the right hand side. Truro looks like they're going to go 3 at the back with the 2 wing backs. As Anna said, their form has been pretty good, to be fair to them. They fell out this division for a couple of seasons, but they managed to come up via the playoffs last season, and so far have acquitted themselves reasonably well. As I said, their league position, and you could argue it's unfair because of the form they're on, or perhaps the form has put them in that position. As I said, if they win a couple of games in hand, their season would look completely different. It's them trying to come forward, but Tomlinson heads away a long ball, and it will be Truro 16 yards from goal down the left hand side, who have a throw in which is quickly taken to Porter. Good challenge there by Foyu, but it's not a good challenge. The referee has decided that's a free kick to the visitors, and they will have right on, well, it's literally about 6 inches in from the touchline, and Dean will go over to take that. Will Dean, he will, looks like he'll swing this in with the right foot. Truro got a lot of big men up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them in the box. Ryan Law and somebody else, I can't see his number, on the edge of the box, looking for any spillages. As Dean about to take this free kick with the right foot, up go the hands. The referee checking everybody in the box, blows his whistle. Here comes the free kick and towards Mark Halstead, but it's headed away by Marshall, and Theo Williams' attempted clearance overhead was spectacularly missed. He kicks it out from 20 yards, corner to the visitors. Dave, not sure Williams meant that.
Well, set piece is very important to Truro. They do well at them, and let's see if they can make something of this.
Here comes a corner towards the middle of the box. It's going to break to Truro player, but eventually, well, Tomlinson, a half-hearted clearance there. It's going to break to Riley Lowe, but a good tackle there by Tomlinson. Again forced back out, the cross tried to come in, but Harris closes it down with his backside, and Truro will have a throw in 20 yards from goal in front of his hero on Bristol's bench. But it's they who have settled in quite well so far after just 2.5 minutes, but they've spent most of it in United's half. Riley Lowe plays a low ball in, but good tackle there by Archer, and now a chance for Foyu to get on there, but well tackled there. Well, he's given a foul, Adelsbury. No, he's not. I thought the referee blew his whistle there, Dave. I'm sure I heard the whistle there. Didn't think it was a foul, to be fair. As again Truro go long. Tyler Harvey just out jumped, but picked up there nicely by Porter, and he's got support from Lowe on the left hand side, who he finds it's towards the back post. Truro got a lot of men up in this move. Header comes back in, another header. Halstead staying rooted to his line. United just about get it away, and United have a chance now through Foyu. Can he bring it down? Yes, he can, and he can release Collins over a halfway line down this left hand side. He's got Williams and Archer in support, but a good tackle there by Palmer. He got back. Collins slowed down a little bit, but fair play to Palmer. He gets that one out, and now Torquay United have a throw in 18 yards from goal on the left hand side. Harris takes it quickly, looking for Jenkins Davis, who just about controls it back to Harris, who finds Brett McGavin, but immediately closed down. Truro obviously know what he can do from distance, and now Ross Marshall on the right hand side comes back inside to Archer. United looking for movement, but not a lot of it at the moment. Marshall finds new boy Foyu, who looks for Archer. He finds Archer right hand edge of the box, comes back to Foyu, nice little turn, but he's poked away there, but it will come back to Marshall, who finds McGavin, and he's got Harris in space on the left hand side, who he uses. Harris chance to put the ball in for Torquay, but he goes for the short pass to Jenkins Davis. Jenkins Davis back to Harris. Better movement from United now as Collins picks her up, finds Jenkins Davis. Good turn by Jenkins Davis. Can he fashion space for a cross? Not at the moment. He can. Truro doing well off the ball so far. Harris again. He now finds Collins, again looking for movement. Jenkins Davis hugging the touchline is found. He's going to put a low left foot cross into the box, but it's cleared away easily enough there. Back to Jenkins Davis, forces a Truro player to play it, but good play by the Truro defender there. I think that's Riley Lowe, does really well, clears it upfield. Two United players bump into each other, and now Dean Moxey has it, and United will try again. McGavin looks for Williams, I beg your pardon, but he can't control it, and Truro eventually will clear the ball. Well, quite a frantic start, Dave. Both teams trying to get forward, but so far not a lot to worry either about.
Truro very up for this, aren't they?
Definitely,
and, why not? And McGavin already seeing a lot of the ball in the middle of United's midfield. He plays as the sort of, almost like to describe him as sort of court football version of a quarterback, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's
he's seeing a lot of the ball, which is probably good from United's point of view.
And he sees it again, pokes it on to Archer. He's looking for movement again, but Truro at the moment, the minute Torquay United are looking to pass the ball, they're surrounding the recipient. It's working for them so far. Very early stages, 5.5 minutes gone here at Plainmoor. Torquay United 0, Truro City 0. You're listening to BBC Radio Devon and BBC Radio Cornwall Sport today. Thank you for our Cornish listeners today. To our Cornish listeners, should I say, as United again tried to come forward, but that's easily stroked back to Hammond in the goal, and his clearance goes up, won by the head of Tomlinson, but a Truro head knocks it back on, and Harvey just about gets in there, and that's going to break. It's a quick ball forward to Greenslade, and this could be a good ball, but Moxie uses his experience, gets in front of Greenslade, puts himself on the ground, and the referee gives a free kick. I think, Dave, that's filed under using your experience, isn't it, by Moxie?
Old head.
I actually think
a young mind inside an old head.
I actually think, Dave, I didn't see the game on Saturday, we're not live anyway, but I actually think Moxie's form has improved over the last month or so, to be honest with you. I thought it was bar the Hemel game in the first half when United's defence was terrible, but he's been playing pretty well recently. And it's now Dean who will try and build for Truro, comes over here to Palmer. Coming forward, he's got Riley Lowe, his captain, on the right hand side, who he finds on the touchline. Harris goes out to try and close him down, but Riley Lowe turns him nicely, looks for the cross, gets across in. Halstead slips, it's going to break the Truro player. A big chance, and blocked again by Halstead. A huge opportunity there for Truro. Halstead came out to collect the cross, he slipped, he only palmed it down straight to a Truro player. I can't see Porter. Which one it is. I think it is Porter, and Halstead's put that round. He managed to recover.
I think it came actually, sorry to butt in, I think it came off Marshall in the end. Halstead slipped as he went to cut the cross out, could only flap at the ball, fell for Porter shooting into not an empty net, and Marshall, who makes a speciality of these blocks, absolutely threw himself at the ball and deflected it wide.
Yeah, best chance of the game by far, Dave. Only 7.5 minutes played, to be fair. It's going to be a corner from the right. Left foot comes in, Halstead goes up and he drops that as well. Halstead, but gets a little bit fortunate on the bounce. Not the most convincing start from Halstead, Dave. A man, in my opinion, who started the season well, but it's been a little bit shaky by his standards recently. But United, well, Foyou tries to play. Apologies if you could hear the opinion of a fan of that pass there. A little bit too graphic for broadcasting terms usually. But Foyou's overhit pass gave Williams no chance down that right hand side, and Truro will have a throw in 18 yards from their own goal. But without doubt the biggest chance so far coming to Porter. Yeah,
of the two teams, I think, look, United are the side trying to cobble a team together at the moment. Truro much more settled, and that's the way it looks at the moment. The two sides, Truro look as if they are, know what they're doing, if you know what I mean. In a tactical point of view, they're set up the same way. They haven't had to make a load of changes, and United with quite a lot of new signings. If you think of Archer, Foyou,
Jenkins Davis as well.
Even Theo Williams on loan from. These lads haven't been here very long.
True.
And it looks like that at the moment.
Jenkins Davis there. He's actually been robbed in midfield, and Tyler Harvey dropping that little bit deeper, and there's a good ball out to Riley Lowe on the right hand side, and Truro again will look to build down that side. Palmer comes up in support, but the ball's back there. Cross comes in, up goes ahead of Tyler Harvey, but just about headed away by Torquay United. And cleared up to the halfway line, and Truro will look to build again. United with literally everybody behind the ball now, back out to Riley Lowe. Quick one there, and I think that's Palmer all the way up there coming out of defence. He's heading towards United's box, creates a little bit of space, tries a left foot shot, but it dinks off McGavin and bounces harmlessly through to Mark Halstead, who takes it. And he looks to get United on the front foot, but again not a lot of opportunity to, and he bowls it out to Harris on this left hand side, midway inside his own half. We're about to turn 10 minutes here at Plainmoor. Torquay United 0, Truro City 0, and both sides, as Dave mentioned, clearly all out for 3 points here today. There's none of this Truro coming to sit back and frustrate Torquay.
Definitely not.
But then again, why would they, Dave, with the form they're on? Is Harvey picks that, Tomlinson slips as well. Harvey's got Greenslade, but he's forced back the way. Porter dinks it forward. Beg your pardon, Dean dinks it forward. It comes to Greenslade on the edge of the box. Can he fashion space for a shot? He can, but it's easily deflected. And Foy just about gets that away. But Torquay United seem to have ice skates on today rather than football boots. There's quite a few of them slipping. And McGavin again doesn't get that, and it comes to Harvey. He tries a shot, and that's just wide of the post by Tyler Harvey. Dave, but maybe our angle was deceiving there, but I'm not totally convinced Halstead realised how close that was.
Well, I think it looped, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was a sort of looping shot, and it just went over, and I think Halstead was struggling to cover that. Truro are on top at the moment, without a shadow of a doubt, and United are giving the ball away in dangerous areas of the pitch. Archer's done it twice, Collins just then, and it's drawing Truro onto them, and United at the moment have some problems to solve.
And the problem they've got is still staying on their feet at times, as Williams got it now, but he delays and Lewis Collins in a good position there, and again United give it away, and now Greenslade's bearing down on goal. He's only got Halstead to beat. Good save by Halstead, mistake by Tomlinson, but Greenslade really should have put his team in front, and now United through Archer and Ross Marshall building. Marshall scampered down that line. Jenkins Davis coming up towards the edge of the Truro box, tries to dink it through, claims for a handball and takes his eye off it. The referee doesn't give it. Poor from Jenkins Davis there. Good turn by Harvey, and he's now got Greenslade, and Truro now again bearing down on Torquay United's goal, left hand side. Greenslade, can he get a space for a shot? Straight into the arms of Mark Halstead, and Torquay under severe pressure here at the moment. After just 12 minutes, but they will try and build again. It's almost like a school football game.
They haven't got going, have they? United haven't got remotely going.
Dave, it's one of those games where Truro look like they've got more players on the park, actually. Everywhere the ball is, there seems to be two of them.
Absolutely.
Which is good organisation from them. Again, they come out to Riley Lowe on this right-hand side. He dinks it forward, support from Palmer. For a centre-half, he's offering a lot of support down that right-hand side, and he's got a chance to put a cross in. Palmer picking out his man Poor from Palmer on the end there, but it's going to break at the edge of the box. It'll come back to Riley Lowe. He's got support again, but he comes inside. He's got Dean outside him. It eventually comes to Dean, but the impetus perhaps come out of this attack. Dean dinks it into the box. Tomlinson gets on his head on it, and now McGavin feeds for you, and he's got a chance to go rampaging into Truro's half. But good tracking back there by Ryan Law, and Ryan Law, truthfully, that's just too easy for him, and he wins the throw-in.
Yeah, United look like a team that's waiting for things to happen rather than making them happen, and Truro are very unlucky really that they're not already in front. They've had 4/5 shots in the first 13-14 minutes.
Yep.
They look as if they're at it, and United aren't.
Well, I don't think as many clean through and goal chances go in as people might suspect, Dave, but Greenslade a couple of minutes ago there was breaking right down the centre of the pitch, just slightly to the left of the penalty spot.
Poor mistake by Tomlinson.
Yeah, it was.
Let him away. Tomlinson should never have been beaten there.
Absolutely, but Halstead did his team proud there. I was critical of him, wasn't maybe a bit unfair, but listen, I'm not sure his form's been as good as perhaps some might think recently, but
well, I thought he was a candidate for man of the match against Hemel Hempstead. I thought he made 3 crucial saves at important times. United went on to win that game 3-2.
He also, quite a few people blamed him for the second goal, Dave.
Well, I'm not going down that road.
No, I wasn't overly convinced that was it, but anyway, another free kick comes into the box, and this time I think it's offside, actually. Poor from Truro. We've played 14 minutes here on BBC Radio Devon and BBC Radio Cornwall Sport today.
There's too many of the forwards at the moment that are trying to play high days and holidays football. They're not, the ball isn't sticking up front. They're looking for clever little passes that are not on. They could do with getting some basics right. Oh!
And here's Greenslade again, bearing down on goal. United got men back, finds Dean on the right edge of the box, back to Greenslade. He tries a low shot straight at Halstead, saved it, breaks to Harvey. It's going to break to him again. Can he get it in? Good defending by Tomlinson, but Torquay United, well, they're the masters of their own downfall today so far, Dave, are they not?
Completely.
What is going on?
Pass between Harris and Collins went wrong. Hollins miscontrolled it. Greenslade in again, and a combination of Halstead and Tomlinson have kept United on terms once more. Truro all over them.
It's going to be a throw into Truro. down the right hand side. It will be taken by Riley Lowe into Dean, back to Riley Lowe. Dean creates a little bit of space, Riley Lowe gets across in, headed by Torquay but just at the back post, and Ryan Law coming in but on the right foot. His shot goes straight through to Halstead. Well, Dave, I don't know the exact stats, but I'd say that's about their 6th attempt at goal, with about 4 on target to Torquay United's none, but now Theo Williams. And again, Dave, I have to point out another Torquay United player not keeping his footing here. What is going on? That's him, Halstead and Tomlinson all slipped, and in fact, actually, I think Jenkins Davis did out on the left hand side at one point as well. No, it seems
we've had a hell of a lot of rain and the pitch is soft, isn't it? There's no point denying that. Of course it is.
My concern is that none of the Truro
players. It's a long
stud
day, put it like that.
Yeah,
Sorry,
definitely. No, absolutely. I agree with you, Dave. It's
do players wear long studs anymore?
Well, yeah, that's football boot mechanics is not my speciality, but well, if they don't, they need to, put it that way. Anyway, Tomlinson strokes it across to Moxie inside United's own half. He goes long but way over hit, and Riley Lowe will just feed that forward but to nobody this time. And now Brett McGavin has it, looking for movement, dinks it out of the right hand side to Ross Marshall. Torquay United's fans possibly a little bit stunned about what they're seeing at the moment, but if there is good news, it's at least that the game is still level, and I don't think there's any doubt there will be periods in this game when United get on top and create chances.
Well, not anytime soon if this carries on. They're not working hard enough, they're not closing Truro down. Truro working harder than them, and the ball is not sticking up front. You can't keep giving the ball away on the halfway line and hope to get anywhere in football.
United just trying to build their way into the game, slowing the passing down. Now they've got, I think that was Archer, I beg your pardon, on the right hand side. The ball played now over to this left hand side, and Harris has got a little bit of space to move into, plays it to Jenkins Davis, but again you could already tell he was in two minds before he even received the ball. And now Riley Lowe under pressure does really well, Riley Lowe, and gets a free kick.
See, Jenkins Davis as well, it's worth mentioning, we're talking about the youth of United's attack at the moment. A lot of 19-20-year-olds, players on loan, Foyo from Ipswich, Williams from Fleetwood, Ethan Archer, he isn't on loan, he's only just joined, and Will Jenkins Davies on loan from Plymouth. Will Jenkins Davies is 19 years old, you know, and United are looking for him to come into the side and solve a few problems for them. That's quite a big ask. He's going to be a good player, but right at the moment he just can't get in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. As Porter again looking to create space in the edge of the box, managed to get by McGavin, find Ryan Law when his cross is deflected, and we've played 18 minutes here at Plainmoor, and Truro City will have another corner from their left hand side that will be taken by the right foot of Will Dean. Again, United, I'll come to it in a minute, Dave, the question and answer session, but this was one of the things that come up. United keeping everybody back. Here comes the corner into a good area, up go the heads, and that's headed straight into the net, and it is Addlesbury who has put the away side in front, and truthfully that is a thoroughly deserved goal. Corner kick from 7 yards out, back across Halstead. 19 played at Plainmoor. Torquay United 0, Truro City 1.
Well, United are supposed to be using a zonal defence, and manager Gary Johnson was telling us the other day how well it's worked for them. Unfortunately, Hemel Hempstead scored with an unmarked header in the very next match. Chelmsford got one in the first few minutes up in Essex on Saturday, and now Addlesbury has headed in virtually unmarked from a was that an Adam Porter corner or Will Dean? Dean's corner on the left, an in-swinging corner. Addlesbury way above everybody. I think United better have a little bit of a rethink about their tactics defending set pieces, but hey, we're not the experts, are we? Anyway, Truro thoroughly deserved. Inside 20 minutes are a goal up.
I see Hampton drew 3 each at Slough, Dave. They were behind. I actually mentioned that to Gary.
2 down in that game. Yeah,
3 each. They've got a point in the end, but Tonbridge 1, Maidstone 1, Welling 0, Dartford 1. They're all full-time scores to date. And Havant 0, Farnborough 1. There is the only goal, the only other goal. But here at Plainmoor, as Dave said, Torquay United need to have a serious rethink, and a quick rethink at that as well, because if Truro keep playing the way they have, they will be full of confidence and looking to extend their lead as the ball goes on the right hand side. Archer's got it out there, eventually brought down by Ryan Law, and United have a free kick 7 yards from goal, about 5-6 yards from the right hand touchline, and a chance for Jenkins Davis to get a ball into the box for United to attack. They just need something to change the mentality and the tempo about this game. Truro also, I notice everybody back in the box, leaving nobody up. United have got Marshall, Tomlinson, McGavin, Foyu, Williams all in the box. Dean Moxey maybe surprisingly staying back. Harris also back. Collins and Archer on the edge of the box, but it's going to be Jenkins Davis free kick. Can United find a way back into it? Dinked in towards the near post, well headed away there by goal scorer Adelsbury. It'll only come to Harris though. He's got Dean Moxey here, but he chooses to use Archer in a path of players poor from Archer again, and Truro get that away. United looking for a ball to a player marked by 3 rather than 1 unmarked, but now Brett McGavin will have a chance to build United forward. Back out to Harris, Foyu's in front of him. Back into McGavin though. United just slowing it down, looking for movement. I think Dave mentioned they don't look like a team with a huge amount of confidence at the moment, and that goal won't help that. But Harris again just strokes it back to McGavin, now comes back to the halfway line to Dean Moxey, who just recycles it to Tomlinson and out to Marshall, but out comes Porter to close him down, and it forces him into a long ball down the right hand channel, which Williams had no chance of getting on, and it's safely through into the hands of Hammond.
I think United are struggling at the moment to have any real pattern of play. Players are getting the ball, whether it's in midfield or at the back, all over the pitch, and they're looking up and they can't see anything on. And in football sometimes you just have to get a little bit straightforward, you know, and play the ball into bits of grass and get people chasing it.
Absolutely.
And at the moment that isn't happening.
Well, they're trying to build again now. McGavin's got it, finds Archer just inside. Archer trying to go by his man, and he eventually somehow managed to get by him, dinks it through looking for Collins, but it's overhit. And as at the moment, well Dave, we've played 22 minutes here. New signing for you. What's he bringing to the party, do you feel, or what will he bring to the party?
Well, one or two people thought he looked quite promising at Chelmsford on Saturday. I didn't go. Well, he's not managed to contribute very much so far. It's partly because, you know, there's him, Williams, Archer, Collins. They're all trying difficult stuff all the time. Instead of, you know, let's just get simple and basic here. If you're being closed down and you're under pressure, and get your teammates on the same wavelength as you and start knocking some long balls and turn this Truro defence. At the moment, Truro have got no problems at all.
Yep, that's a very polite way of saying it, but you're absolutely correct, Dave. As Foyu strokes it back to Tomlinson. Since the goal, United seem to have had a little bit more possession. I'm not saying Truro are sitting back trying to defend the lead or anything, but McGavin now coming forward for Torquay into the space where McGavin likes to be. The tackle was fair though there, to be fair by Dean, and then down goes Ryan Law, claiming Jenkins Davis fouled. We see if a referee comes back for that one, as Tyler Harvey now has it 30 yards from goal, looking to create space, but he slips now, and Dean Moxey takes it off him, and Brett McGavin plays it into Archer, who gets facing their goal just over the halfway line, but easily again
just being brushed off
by
the ball.
Palmer, and now he's given a free kick. Well, I think the referee will just see if he's going to show Jenkins Davis a yellow card here, Dave. He's certainly having a word with him for the foul on Ryan Law, but the referee's...
I think it's a warning.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, truthfully, maybe Truro will probably feel that was deserving of a yellow card. I could see that point.
Done quite well there. You know, he wanted to not pull the play back, he wanted to play the advantage, but he's now had a word with Jenkins Davis for what was a foul. But United they're having chances to counter-attack here, and every time they do it, they're just losing the ball because they're trying to have an extra touch and they're not strong enough on the ball.
Yep. And again, Harvey just gets his head on looking for Riley Lowe, but cleared half-heartedly in truth by Harris. Riley Lowe nods on, Harvey gets in behind, dinks it into the middle of the box, Greenslade picks it up, comes back to Dean, good cross in by him, but headed on, unfortunately from a Truro perspective, by Porter.
He did United a favour there.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Foyu has it deep inside his own half, he's doing the step overs, looks for Jenkins Davis, who he just about finds, but in truth doesn't give him much opportunity to do much with it, and Truro through Law will try and come forward, but he's immediately blocked there, and now Jenkins Davis is taken out there by Ryan Law. A little bit of retribution there from Ryan Law, and I think the referee will come to the same conclusion.
And he has.
Yep. and United move it quickly, and now Brett McGavin trying again to build United back into this game. Nice little give and go with Williams, but again Ethan Archer slips. Well, it'll be interesting to see if they water the pitch at half-time, Dave. I think they'll need to come out and hoover it, never mind water it, yeah.
I mean, this pitch, we've commented on it many times, Paul, haven't we? It's in amazing condition.
Absolutely, 100%.
I mean, on last Tuesday when the Taunton game was...
Sorry, it's Lewis Collins now coming forward for Torquay, but again tries a ball in the channel to Foyu, and again, well, Collins surely needs to take that on a little bit of responsibility himself, Dave, but after 25 and a half minutes here at Plainmore on BBC Radio Devon and Cornwall Sport, Torquay United 0, Truro City 1, and the only injustice in that score from a Truro point of view is that it's only one, Dave. Would you agree with that?
Yes, absolutely. James Hammond in the Truro goal kind of brought a packet of cigars with him and got halfway through the box by now. Hasn't had a thing to do. Oh, he's just taken a goal kick.
And again, Tyler Harvey winning a header. I see Paul Watkins, the manager, Dave, of Truro, a name that needs no introduction to many around the southwest, particularly Plymouth Argyle, an absolute club legend there. As McGavin tries to come forward, he does come forward and finds Jenkins Davis, but again his ball to Harris is good enough, but he did go offside according to the linesman, and arguably United's most creative piece of play. Yeah, he was offside, David, you're nodding away at me there, he was offside, I thought as well. But
Harris going on the overlap down the left hand side to get on the end of Jenkins Davis' pass. He just got timed the run wrong, but that was the first time United have really looked like they were going to open the Truro defence up.
When a team that plays at wing backs, Dave, I'll always say they're susceptible to balls in behind their wing back and their left or right central defender, wherever it was. And United have also noticed that Palmer's got a habit of charging out of that defence, so it would be an area United could expose, but far easier said than done. As I said, Truro have certainly played well here today so far, as now Marshall coming down the right hand side puts the ball into Williams, gets on the end of it but can't control his shot, and I think Torquay United are going to be awarded a free kick. No, I don't know what happened there, Dave. I followed the ball, but Foyu was in trouble, the referee speaking to them, but at last Torquay United, after 27 minutes here, have created a chance.
A real chance.
Williams should have done better, fair.
Absolutely, great cross by Marshall, getting forward from right back. A little 1-2 down the right hand side, whipped in the cross. Williams was in, and he's gone for a little flick volley and hasn't got enough on it, and it's gone wide of the far post. That's a real chance. Well,
just after it, Ryan Law and Foyu got in a little bit of the debate, shall we say. I didn't quite see what happened, Dave, but the referee went over, and so far today's referee, Mr. Philip Eddy, in my opinion, is using common sense to referee this game, which is good to see. However, we've said that a few times, and then in the second half the referee will come out and book everybody for everything. In fact, the game against Hemel, we've seen exactly that, as again United go down the right side looking for Archer. He does get there and does well to keep it in, stretched past his man, thought that was a free kick, but the referees only allow the advantage to go, but it wasn't really an advantage. I think he wanted the free kick there, Archer, but fair play, tried to keep it going as McGavin has it, thinks it Jenkins Davis, back to McGavin, Marshall a fraction of space on the touchline, comes back inside to Archer, Harris and acres of space over on this side here, and Jenkins Davis but refuses. Good movement by Williams, turns well in the box, driving into the box. Williams goes past about three, can he get his cross in? He can, but it's deflected and doesn't go out for a corner. Decent movement by Williams there, Dave. But
well, it's taken them nearly half an hour, but Torquay are finally hitting their stride. They're asking a lot more questions now of the Truro defence, doing things simpler, quicker, and they finally look as if they might make a game of this.
Riley Lowe picks up a header from Dean Moxey out of defence. He's coming down the right hand side, digs into Harvey on the edge of the box. He comes back to the ever busy Dean. It will come back to Palmer, again coming out from the centre of defence. Nice little ball into Harvey. He dropped off for space, but he just about loses it, and Moxey eventually clears it. Well, Dave, I'm trying to work out the tactics. That's not it. Truro, 5 defenders when they're off the ball, but one thing I've noticed, they're not just pushing their wing backs back, but also
that's
Ed
the way
Palmer.
That system's supposed to work, isn't it?
Yeah, but Ed Palmer is coming out to join. It's almost like he's an inverted centre half, as silly as that sounds, but he's certainly a man that's, I'll say, causing Torquay United problems. He's adding a person in the midfield, and United are just not sure who or how to pick him up at the moment. Tyler Harvey tries to get him there, but Dean Moxey again just gets the break of the ball a little bit, although he deservedly so, and McGavin has it, looking for movement, finds Williams, who tries to get it to Jenkins Davis, but again,
very difficult pass that.
I feel,
just hold the ball up.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what Tyler Harvey did there, and he has now found Porter, and down the left hand side Ryan Law will come back there by Foyou. That's surely a free kick to Truro, but the referee says no.
Wow.
Which I think Torquay will be happy with that, and now Ethan Archer has it, but again he's going down looking for Williams when he's got 3 players to beat, and the first one of those, Harrison I believe it is over there, does well, takes it off him, and Truro will look to build again. It's now to Porter on the left hand side, back to Harrison on the left side of that centre half, central defensive trio, and between Greenslade and Harvey they can't keep it in. Greenslade's header goes out, and Torquay United have a throw midway inside their own half. Truro done really well to quieten this crowd, shall we say. There's not been too much singing or dancing or bouncing from the pop side.
Well, a crowd of this size as well, we're talking nearly 4,000, I would have thought. For them to be as quiet as this says everything you need to know about how the game's gone. Well, I did go on the club website yesterday, Dave, to see the availability of tickets, and it was very, very sparse. It was like a seat here or there. The bench was pretty much sold out, bar the away section. The pop side is looking pretty, well, not sold out, but quite close to it, and the family stand as busy as we've seen here for a long, long time, and that's usually a good barometer of how many's here. Free header for Ryan Law back there. Foyou's got to do better than that. It's a long diagonal ball by Dean Moxey from left to right. The ball was up there an awful long time, and Foyou never even looked like getting a challenge on Ryan Law, who got a free header up the field. Well, it's Marshall on that right hand side, comes back into Tomlinson, McGavin, and that, as Dave described, quarterback role, but he's been heavily guarded, shall we say, by Harvey and Greenslade. Archer drops a little bit deeper, finds Collins, back to Archer. Archer now tries to find Jenkins Davis, but again he tries to be over elaborate, as Dave mentioned, and again he gives the ball away, but McGavin gets him back on the front foot, and here's Jenkins Davis now 30 yards from goal. He's got Marshall on the right hand side. United have got 4-5 in the box here. Marshall crossed towards the back post, up goes the header Collins, but I think the Truro defender got in his way there. Well, defended it really well, actually, should I say, rather than in his way, and United now get a chance through Jenkins Davis to get it back in. It's a low one, put it out to Brett McGavin, tries a shot, McGavin, and hits the post. Excellent shot there by McGavin. It beats Harlan, all ends up, deflects off almost the inside of the post, back into the goalkeeper's hands. 33 minutes played here at Plainmoor, by far United's best chance, but it's still Torquay United 0, Truro City 1. Terrific strike by McGavin. Didn't have much room or time. He looked up, got just enough power for what was effectively a side foot shot from just the edge of the box. As you said, Paul, Hammond beaten, all ends up, and it's hit the post and rebounded into his arms. But United suddenly starting to ask a few more questions. They're still making mistakes, which is frustrating, but at least we've got a game on our hands, which for most of the first half hour we didn't look like we were going to. Absolutely. Cardiff City, through a butcher own goal, have equalised. Morgan Whittaker's goal in Wales today. Dan Waring covering that one for our listeners. Cardiff 1, Plymouth 1. Box ball into the box. Tomlinson heads it, but not convincingly. Moxey tries to clear it. Was that a foul? No, it's not. It comes to Palmer. He tries a low shot, but it was a poor shot in truth. And again, Truro now looking to create space, and then surely that was a foul by Brett. He certainly made sure the referee knew it, and I think Foyou might be the recipient of the first yellow card, but no. Again, just a reminder, Cardiff City 1, Plymouth Argyle 1. Booked. He did get booked, did he, Dave? Sorry, yeah, I thought he might have actually there. 34 minutes gone. I think that's for being repetitively... No, the referee went bump, bump, bump. Yeah, it's repetitive, isn't it? It's, that's right. I don't think his attitude or his talkback's doing him many favours as well. As I said, Morgan Whittaker did put Argyle in front, but they've been pegged back, to the best of my knowledge, after 31 minutes at St James's. Exeter 0, Wycombe 0.
And here comes the free kick with the right foot of Dean and towards the 6-yard box. Up go the heads again. Dean Moxie gets on it, and Collins might get in front of that there. He does get in front of it. And now Theo Williams breaking into half. He's got Foyle in support. Jenkins Davis trying to supply it as well. Williams gets it through. Jenkins Davis might pick it up, but good again. Well, I think that was a mixture of good defending and perhaps uncertainty from Williams, but Torquay United have turned defence into attack and have a throw in. The referee going back now, I think he's claiming that in the start of that move there was a foul by Dean, but the referee doesn't give a yellow card, hence the boos from the yellow army. Now Brett McGavin, little bit of space, 25 yards from goal to the left hand side, fields it back to Lewis Collins, looking to create space, turns one way the other, gets onto the left foot but chooses not to shoot. He finds Archer, left hand edge of the box. He's got Harris behind him. Archer will try and drive into the box. He does, tries a shot, it's absolutely nowhere near the goal.
High tariff stuff, you know. Absolutely. There's lots more sensible passes on, even breaking down the left hand side just then. Theo Williams, he's got Foyo and Archer racing down the middle of the pitch. If he can't hit, I know he's a right footer rather than a left footer, but he had time, he had space, he's got to look up and see that, and even if his left foot cross isn't actually perfect, United make a chance. Yep. And he just didn't have the confidence to hit it with his left foot. He's a young pro, he should be able to hit it with his left foot in that circumstance.
Yeah, absolutely. As again Harvey gets in front of Moxie, wins a header. Greenslade also wins a header, but Tomlinson will have to play that, and he does play it and concedes a throw in as the ball goes into the Truro dugout. We've played 36 minutes here on BBC Radio Devon, and today joined by BBC Radio Cornwall Sport. Torquay United 0, Truro City 1, Plymouth Argyle are 1-1 at Cardiff, and Exeter 0-0 at home to Wycombe as United through Ross Marshall. Well, Torquay United are actually going to make a change here, Dave, so I'm giving you a little bit of credit there. You kind of alluded to that as the ball comes in over the head of everybody and it'll go out for a goal kick. Well, this will be interesting, Dave. I think
Master Foyo's coming off.
He is indeed. Well, Dave, I didn't want to say it because I don't want to judge somebody too early, but I'm not overly convinced of his attitude today, to be perfectly honest. I thought he looked slow and cumbersome and borderline not interested, but I thought it's unfair to say that from here. But it looks like Gary Johnson's seen what you and I are seeing, and off comes Foyo, and on will come Dylan De Silva.
They're both shaking. Gary Johnson and Aaron Downs are both shaking hands with Foyo, but I think that's a
Clydie Lawless moment.
Come and sit down, son.
Yeah, a Clydie Lawless moment, or he did that to
there we are.
Dolan as well earlier in the season, didn't he? But I'm going to be honest, Dave, I was going to say it earlier, but I thought I don't want to try and paint pictures. It might be a bit unfair, but there was times in that half there, particularly the first 15 minutes, he just didn't look interested, to be honest. But listen,
I think he's trying to play the game he wants to play rather than the game that everybody else that's actually going on out there. Absolutely. Look, he's obviously a young lad at Ipswich Town. He's got some talent, but he's just not brought it to bear on the game.
Gavin looks for a long searching ball for De Silva, which finds him. Superb pass from McGavin there. De Silva on the right hand side, he's got Marshall behind him, tries to cut inside his man once and twice, eventually plays a simple ball. McGavin and acres of space free there if Torquay United can see him, but they can't. Archer down the right hand side, he's going back and again playing the overly complicated ball, giving De Silva a little aim at. Collins gets in there. Did he get brought down there? Collins, no he didn't. And then again De Silva tries to get the tackle in, but Truro eventually get it clear. I think it's fair to say, Dave, that since the goal the game's been a lot more even. Arguably United been slightly on top, but again bar Theo Williams' chance and Brett McGavin, not a huge amount flying towards the goal at the moment, but Marshall dinks it forward looking for De Silva, but again overly elaborate. And we have got just over 6 minutes to play here in the first half, and it's the visitors who have come here and, well, in my opinion, shown that their league position at the moment is false. They're a team full of confidence. Oh,
they thoroughly deserve their lead. As you said earlier, Paul, they should probably be at least 2 up.
Yep.
And United have not done themselves or their home fans any favours at all.
Well, Lewis Collins now finds Harris, looking for movement in front of him, just strokes it sideways to McGavin, who finds Archer, but again Archer back to goal, finds Jenkins Davis, he does well, shows strength there, he's got it out wide to De Silva. De Silva tries to get a first time low ball across, and the cheers go up from the Yellow Army as Torquay United will have a corner kick from the right hand side. De Silva and Jenkins Davis both going over there, they're going to be played short. Over goes Porter. slow that option or close that option down. But it is goal shot to De Silva. He comes back to Archer on the edge of the box, looking for it again. Well, why put all the big men up when you're not going to put it in and give them a chance to attack it, Dave? I'm really not a fan of short corners, but
no, but I mean that is sort of, it's like under 23s football, isn't it? This is men's football we're playing here. This is not a practice match. And really poor decision making, poor execution, not good enough.
No, United again trying to build back into it. But Truro, I also think, Dave, with some of the part-time teams, it's a thing I've noticed that towards the end of each half that they kind of, I don't want to say run out of steam and sound disrespectful, but I think the game manage a little bit more, and that appears to be what Truro are doing at the moment. But I also have to give them credit where it's due. They are very well organised off the ball, and they know they're marking like zonally outside their own box, so to speak, and it has caused United a lot of problems as Williams again picks it up back to goal. He's got McGavin behind him, Harris again in space, but Riley Lowe goes to slow him down. Collins a little bit overstretching there, slips, but a good tackle there by Brett McGavin, stops.
I'm really interested to see De Silva has struggled down the left hand side, and that's where Gary Johnson's been playing him recently, either through force of circumstance or choice. He's struggled he's an out and out right winger. And he's now on the right wing in place of Foyo, so let's hope that he's an exciting player when he's on it, and he's got a big chance this afternoon to get on that right wing, take Law on, get some crosses in and show us what he can do.
Absolutely. Well, Dean Moxey adjudged to have brought down Greenslade there. I thought that was a little bit soft, but the linesman was the one who flagged straight away, so now it's going to be Dean with another chance. Well, Dean, who's been very involved in this, mainly from set pieces. He's about 35 yards from goal, 8-9 yards from the touchline in front of the Truro bench. Truro getting a lot of players up for this. United defending their 18-yard line. Here it comes in towards the back post. Up go the heads. It misses almost everybody, and De Silva manages to get it away, and Ethan Archer will go and ask Ryan Law some questions, and Ryan Law just plays it straight back up into space, which will come to Ross Marshall, who controls it and plays it up the line. Well done there by Marshall to find this De Silva, good ball in, looking for Williams. Williams going through, chance for Williams. Good save there by Hammond, and the goal though. Brilliant pass there from United from De Silva. He's got it again, heading towards the edge of the box. He tries a shot again. Harris being ignored out in this left-hand side. McGavin now will also try a shot. He dinks it in, and Hammond goes down and turns it round for the post. A lot better from Torquay United. 2.5 to play. United 0, Truro City 1.
McGavin still looks, and he's playing as a deep midfielder, he still looks like the player most likely to score for Torquay, doesn't he?
Yep.
Terrific range of shooting he's got.
It's Jenkins, Davis, corner from the right foot, up go the heads. It's another Truro head that wins it, and it will fall their way yet again. It's going to break to De Silva, tries to bring it down, he gets a little break of the ball, it finds Collins looking for Williams inside, thinks it forward, it's going to break to Jenkins, Davis back across goal to absolutely nobody there. He should have maybe let that go for a corner, but we've now got 2 minutes to play to half time here at Plainmoor. Torquay United 0, Truro City 1. And Dave, United, I think since the goal, it's fair to say the game's been more even. Arguably United a little, I say on top would be a little bit strong, but
it's not the first time, Paul, is it?
No.
In the last few weeks where Torquay have started so poorly and have been lucky to still be in the game. And they did it against Hemel Hempstead, they did it again against Chelmsford on Saturday, and they've done it again this afternoon. They're way off it at the start of matches.
Gary Johnson, a manager who we know won't hesitate to make a change. He's already done that with Dylan De Silva, and it was his fabulous ball there through to Williams, but Hammond read it well, and Williams' composure wasn't good enough. He's shot into the body of him. Dean gets in there, it breaks to Tyler Harvey again. Tomlinson forward to head up in his own area, it breaks to Harvey again. He's going to try and look for a shooting space. He does try a shooting space, and it's up and over the bar.
He's played well for me.
He's a good player.
If I'm picking a man of the match so far, I'd go for Tyler Harvey up front. Not only does he look dangerous, he's not that big, of course, as everybody knows. He's what, 5'10", something like that. Well, he's developed into a real good little target man. Yeah, the ball goes up to him, it sticks. He's always got his head up, looking round for people to find. A big contrast to the United forwards who keep giving it away when it goes up to them.
Yeah.
I think he's played really well so far.
Actually, one of the fans said to me before the game, says, why would Torquay not look to bring him in? He's got a really impressive scoring record, albeit at lower levels, but decent in this division, good in this division, never mind decent, and it's him that's going to come forward for Truro. He finds Riley Lowe, on the right hand side. Harris closes him down, forces it back again to Palmer, and he goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. There will be 2 additional minutes here at Plainmoor.
2 minutes.
Truro still 1-0 up. United fighting their way back into it, but then I'll have to say I believe that Truro deserve to be in front. And now Ross Marshall comes up on the right hand side looking for the movement of De Silva, but he plays that way over hit, and Ryan Law is never going to be beaten by a ball like that, and he just shepherds it out, and Truro have a goal kick.
But at long last, United have got the option now of knocking the ball down the side. De Silva is really quick, and Ryan Law is being pushed further and further back as opposed to coming forward all the time. So, and that's not complicated stuff. That was just a simple, well-struck ball down the outside of Law. Go on, De Silva, get on the end of that. And straight away, United are going forward rather than backwards.
Well, Dave, I was literally about to say something, and it's happened again. The amount of times that Tomlinson in particular, and Moxie to an extent, have got their heads on balls and headed it straight up in the air is actually alarming.
Well, they've been put under pressure, and Tomlinson has done pretty well for United this season, but this is a big... he's not the complete centre-back already. You're not talking about Guy Branston or that sort of thing, and he's got to learn. He has to be stronger when he's up against a guy that's going to give him a contest and, win those balls more convincingly than he is at the moment. You're right. He's unopposed headers fine, but we're all pretty good at those, aren't we? It's the ones where you're up against somebody that counts.
Well, we have 20 seconds till half-time. Dean Moxie strokes it to Tomlinson. He will forward that to Marshall on the right-hand side. But again, Porter coming up to close him down, forces United back. Referee just a little check on the watch there. Ethan Archer dropping a little bit deeper to try and get involved today a few times. Marshall, again, a long ball down that right channel, will go all the way through to Hammond, and we will reach half-time here. And we do reach half-time here, and it's the visitors who go in with, in my opinion, a deserved lead through a goal after 19 minutes by Ben Addlesbury, coming into the team today from a corner kick from the left hand side. The corner struck by the right footer. Dean comes in, Addlesbury finds space in the box and heads cleanly past Mark Halstead in the goal. And in truth, at the time of the goal, it was more than deserved, because they had absolutely, in my opinion, dominated the first half. Again, thank you for all our Cornish listeners who have joined us today, and if you are a Truro City fan, I can safely tell you that your team have put on a really good display here so far. Dave, Gary Johnson made a change by taking Foyou off and De Silva on. Do you feel that'll be how the second half starts, or do you think any more changes coming?
No, I don't think he'll make any more changes at half time. There's a long way to go, isn't there? But he's made a statement by doing that. I know Foyou had just been booked, and he may well say afterwards that was a factor in the decision. But the fact was Foyou hadn't delivered, had he at all, in the first half, and he'd had chances to as well. So I think that was a, come and sit with us decision. No, I'd be surprised. I'm not saying he definitely won't, but we'll see. We'll see.
Absolutely. Just a quick synopsis of the first half. Truro by far the better team. Chances after 7, 11 and 12 minutes were capitalised on. 15 minutes the same, but the goal from Addlesbury from a corner kick has given them a deserved lead. To be fair to Torquay, they have fought their way back into it, but it'll be an interesting second half here from Plainmoor. Half time, United 0, Truro City 1. Join us for the second half.
BBC Sounds has a brand new area dedicated to Devon. From local stories to sport, news to stuff you've just not discovered yet. Sign in to your BBC account to access it all. You never know what you might uncover. Get more sounds from Devon. Listen on BBC Sounds.
BBC Radio Devon.
Sport
with James Vickery.
BBC Radio Devon, it's coming up to 10 to 4. It's Boxing Day sport with James and the team. If you have just tuned in, we wish you a very Merry Christmas. Hope it was a great one for you as well. And we're hoping that our teams can sort of give us a bit of a Christmas treat, give us a bit of a few late Christmas presents with a few wins today. Well, 3 wins today. Let's have a hat-trick of wins. Let's be greedy. Let's go for wins for Argyle, Exeter and Torquay. But at the break, there's still quite a lot of work to be done, to be perfectly honest with you, at half-time. Let's go to South Wales first. Cardiff City at home to Plymouth Argyle, who once again face another away day on Boxing Day. But really encouraging signs in that first half. But honours even at the break, Dan Waring.
Yes, James, if you were hoping for a festive classic or an extra festive gift from Neil Dewsnip, it looked like after 20 minutes that Argyle were going to be able to deliver that. Morgan Whittaker at the back post, there's a lovely cross by Ben Waine. It was opened up by a combination of passes between Callum Wright and Ben Waine. His left-footed cross across the box. Morgan Whittaker was there after 18 minutes, stabbed the ball home. There was obviously euphoria in the away end. 3,000 Argyle fans have travelled from, probably mostly from Devon, but all over the country as well. And it was looking like Argyle were in the ascendancy until maybe just 5-10 minutes before the end of the first half. There was a moment, a nightmare really, a mishap of communication between Matt Butcher and Connor Hazard, the goalkeeper. As Butcher had the ball, there was no pressure on him. He passed it back to Hazard and wrong-footed the goalkeeper. Connor Hazard chased back frantically to try and scoop it out from his own goal, and the ball rolled into the back of the net. And cue obviously just excitement and joy from the home fans. But after that, really, it was all Cardiff City. Argyle had a chance, but they've got a lot of work to do in the second half. They've got a few players on the bench who could really make a difference. Finnazaz, Bali Mumba, obviously Joe Edwards is maybe sometimes that motivation they need. And, well, they're going to need it. Neil Dewsnip is going to have some... he's going to have his work cut out for him in the second half, I do believe.
Thanks very much, Dan. So, yeah, work to be done for Plymouth Argyle at the break. It's 1 each then, Cardiff City and Plymouth Argyle. At least Argyle have scored a goal, which is more than can be said once again for Exeter City. But signs of hope for the Grecians in that first half at home against Wycombe, Mark Stevens.
Very much so, James. City have been very much on the front foot here, but without that killer edge up front, sadly. That's the problem. Sonny Cox has looked lively up front, with Jack Aitchison alongside him, equally busy. But Niskanen had their best chance of the half, just dragging the ball wide of the near post when he was put through. At the other end, the top scorer for Wycombe, Luke Lee, he had an effort just before the stroke of half-time that dipped wide of the far post to potentially put them in front. But Gary Caldwell will be impressed. He's seen encouraging signs from his side. It's just that killer finish at the end that's costing them at the moment.
Cheers, Mark. Mark Stevens at St James Park. Exeter City 0, Wycombe 0 in League One. Let's go to Plainmoor. Torquay United at home. West Country derby with Cornish rivals Truro City. Let's get a half-time report from Paul Mulhern.
Well, James, this has been a half of 2 halves, never mind a game of 2 halves. And for the first part of the first half, Truro City, today's visitors, come out and absolutely blew Torquay away, to be perfectly honest. After just 7 minutes, a big chance for Porter after a slip by Mark Halstead, seeing his shot blocked by Marshall for a corner, and then danger man Tyler Harvey had a shot which went just wide. Halstead not reading it very well. A minute after that, Greenslade went clean through after a slip by Tomlinson, bearing down on goal. Halstead redeemed himself though and managed to save the shot and turn it round. Another 3 minutes after that, another big chance for Greenslade, not once but twice, as his first shot was saved by Halstead in the rebound block. However, 4 minutes later, after 19 played here, Truro got a more than deserved breakthrough. James, as a corner from the right hand side from Dean was met by the unmarked Adelsbury in the middle of the box, 7 yards from goal, headed it back across Halstead. Truro City take the lead. After that, United did manage to get back into the game without creating a huge amount, but Williams was put there. Williams actually, from across from Marshall, sliced a shot wide, maybe should have done better, and after 33 minutes a Brett McGavin special from 33 yards beat the keeper, hit the inside of the post and bounced right into the arms of keeper Hammond. Probably deserved the luck, to be truthful. And then 2 minutes from half time, Theo Williams was put through by substitute De Silva. I'll come to that in a minute. Brilliant ball down the channel. Williams got in, clean through on goal, but Hammond did what Halstead did earlier and blocked his shot as well to keep his team in front. Big note of interest for Torquay United, though. I mentioned Foyo in the substitution there. After 34 minutes, Foyo picked up a yellow card, and about 2 minutes later, Gary Johnson decided he's seen enough from the new signing, substituted him off for Dylan De Silva. There was no injury, it was tactical. I don't think Gary Johnson will be too happy with him. United need to up their game in the second half. It's half time at Plainmoor. James, is Torquay United 0, Truro City 1.
OK, Paul, thank you. We've got second half coverage of all of our commentary games to come in the next 5-10 minutes here on Boxing Day Sport with James on BBC Radio Devon. Let's have a look at the latest football scores from across the country now. And in the Premier League, one match already played today, and a bit of a surprise win. Nottingham Forest beat Newcastle United 3-1 at St James's Park. In the 3 o'clock games today, AFC Bournemouth 1, Fulham 0, and Sheffield United 0, Luton Town 1 at Bramall Lane. In the Championship, 2 matches already played this afternoon. Preston 2, Leeds United 1. Big win that for Ryan Lowe's Preston, desperate for a win. And they've got it against Leeds at Deepdale. Millwall 2, Queen's Park Rangers 0. That's a full-time result. Cardiff City 1, Plymouth Argyle 1, as we know, at half-time. Coventry 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Huddersfield 1, Blackburn Rovers 0. They're into the 9th minute of injury time in that first half there in West Yorkshire. No goals between Hull City and Sunderland, or Rotherham and Middlesbrough. And West Brom against Norwich is also goalless. At St Mary's, Southampton 1, Swansea 0. Southampton next up for Plymouth Argyle on Friday evening, Friday tea time. A game you can hear live here on BBC Radio Devon. We're live from 5. And it's Watford 0, Bristol City 2. In League One, in the sort of South London derby, Leyton Orient 1, Charlton Athletic 0. And at half-time, Bristol Rovers 0, Portsmouth 0, Burton 1, Blackpool 0. Cheltenham lead Shrewsbury by a goal to 0 at the break. No goals at St James Park. Exeter City 0, Wycombe Wanderers 0. Fleetwood 1, Carlisle United 1. At the Highbury Stadium. Lincoln City against Bolton is goalless. Oxford 0, Cambridge United 1. Peterborough 1, Reading 0, but they're into the 7th minute of injury time there at London Road. Port Vale 0, Barnsley 3, Stevenage 2, Northampton 0, and Wigan Athletic 0, Derby County 1. In League 2, in the lunchtime game today, Mansfield 2, Grimsby 0 result, as is Gillingham 0, Crawley 2. In the 3 o'clock matches, AFC Wimbledon 0, Sutton United 0, Barrow 2, Stockport County 1, Bradford City 0, Morecambe 2, Harrogate against Accrington, MK Dons against Colchester, goalless. Newport County 0, Forest Green Rovers 2, Notts County 2, Doncaster Rovers 0, Salford City 0, Tranmere 2, Swindon 0, Wrexham 1, and Walsall 1, Crewe Alexandra 0 at the break. And in National League South, Slough 3, Hampton and Richmond 3 result, Tonbridge Angels 1, Maidstone United 1 result, as is Welling United 0, Dartford 1. In the 3 o'clock games, just a handful of goals really. All of the matches are goalless unless I've read them out. Havant and Waterlooville 0, Farnborough 1, St Albans City 1, Hemel Hempstead Town 0, Torquay 0, Truro City 1, Weston-super-Mare 2, Weymouth 2, Worthing 2, Eastbourne Borough 0, and at Hewish Park, league leaders Yeovil ahead in the Somerset derby. They lead Taunton Town by 2 goals to 0 this afternoon. Also today, we're keeping an eye on what's going on at Blytho Park today. It's Plymouth Parkway against Tiverton Town in the Southern League Premier Division. Let's get a half-time report on this match now then from Paddy Marsh.
The half-time score at Blytho Park in this Southern League Premier Division South match is Plymouth Parkway 0, Tiverton Town 1. The home side looked bright early on and Callum Hall hit a post, and then 12 minutes into the game, Cameron Sangster had a header cleared off the line for Plymouth Parkway. The visitors had the first real chance of goal when striker Niall Thompson was put through one-on-one with Parkway keeper Adam Parks, who managed to turn the shot onto a post with his foot out for a corner. Parkway were lucky to not go down to 10 men midway through the half when fullback Shane White was shown a yellow card for a 2-footed tackle, because that easily could have been a red. The home side then lost Ryan Lowe with a hamstring injury to be replaced by Alex Cairo before the visitors took the lead shortly before half-time. A clever ball in from River Allen was headed home by Tiverton skipper Jamie Richards to make the half-time score. Plymouth Parkway 0, Tiverton Town 1.
Thank you very much, Paddy. So that's all of your local scores then at the break here on Boxing Day. A reminder, after 5, no matter what the results for our local sides, win, lose or draw, we'll have all of the reaction for you. And we'll be looking ahead to the weekend games as well. Friday night football on BBC Radio Devon. Friday night football and rugby on BBC Radio Devon. Plymouth Argyle away against Southampton in the Championship. Exeter City, they entertain league leaders Portsmouth at St James Park. And the Exeter Chiefs in Rugby Union's Premiership have an away game against one of their closest geographical rivals at Bristol. So we've got coverage of all of those games for you Friday night on BBC Radio Devon. I'll be back live from 5 on Friday after a couple of days away, just to sort of rest my head, because it's been a busy few days of sport, hasn't it? And then on Saturday we've got coverage of the return fixture of today's match at Plainmoor. So Truro City against Torquay United, and that match is being played at Plymouth Bolitho Park. That's where Truro play their home games, so we've got coverage of that game for you on Saturday. And then we're back on New Year's Day as well, with Plymouth Argyle and Exeter City coverage for you. So no matter what club you support here in Devon, we've got you covered.
John Akers at breakfast.
BBC Radio Devon.
We're here to start your day with a laugh. That means I've woken you up.
No, I've got a 7-year-old, so I've been up since 5. We're a bit excited in this house.
It's everything you need to start your day. So my dad's at LSE with Mick Jagger, and Mick Jagger says to my dad, "I'm not coming back next year. I'm just going to give it a go with the band." My dad's like that. "Mick, don't throw your life away. What if it comes to nothing?" And the list maker's back after 9. What are we doing?
We're doing list makers.
Yes, sorry, I was miles away then. John Akers at breakfast.
Weekdays from 6.
BBC Radio Devon.
Yeah, he will start your day with a smile. Weekdays from 6, John, my old mate John Akers at breakfast, BBC Radio Devon. Right, let's return you then to your second half commentaries. If you want Torquay United at home against Truro City, you need to be on BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website for this one. And let's return you to Plainmoor in the company of Dave Thomas from the Torquay Weekly, who's alongside Paul Mulhern.
Thank you very much, James. Welcome back to Plainmoor as Truro City, I beg your pardon, come out, and we do apologise for making you work so hard over the Christmas period, James, but as you say, the sport doesn't stop here on BBC Radio Devon Sport. Today we are joined by BBC Radio Cornwall as well. A Merry Christmas to all you guys tuning in today, and it is your side, Truro City, who are deservedly leading by 1-0. I'll quickly run through both sides for you how they started. United had Halstead in goal, Marshall, Tomlinson, Moxie and Harris in the back line, McGavin, Jenkins, Davis, Collins, Archer as midfielders, and Foyu and Williams, but Foyu has been taken off. Myself and my colleague Dave Thomas believe it was a tactical switch made by a very unhappy Gary Johnson. Today's visitors, they start with the first half and absolutely blew Torquay United away, to be fair to them, and they start with Hammond in goal, a back three of Harrison, Palmer and goal scorer Addlesbury, Riley Lowe and Law right and left wing backs, midfield three of Pope, Dean and Brett. Potter and Dean, in my opinion, playing pretty well, and Greenslade and Harvey up front. We are about to get back underway here at Plainmoor. It will be Truro City hitting into the traditional family stand. They did turn Torquay United, the lights are on, referee just checking everything's okay, and we're about to get back underway here at Plainmoor. No changes for either side in the beginning of the second half. The referee has been very pedantic. Not sure what he's doing here. He's checking everything. I think he's going to come up and ask if we're okay in a minute. But he's looking at his watch and he blows the whistle, and off we go. And immediately Brett puts it up towards the right hand side as Truro try to get an early attack going in this second half, and Harvey feeds it out to Riley Lowe down the right hand side. Good control by Riley Lowe up against Harris, managed to get by him. Nice little give and go with Tyler Harvey, but Harris gets in there, but I think the ball bounced up at the referee is saying it hit the hand of Archie Harris. Quite unfortunate there, but the referee deems it was enough to award Truro City a free kick, and after just 31 seconds of the second half they have a chance to play a free kick in, which will be taken by Dean, I think it is. It's about 16 yards from goal, almost on the touchline. I will bring my colleague Dave Thomas back into a minute. It's actually going to be Brett that takes this one with the left foot. Truro got a lot of big men up at the edge of the box, United with everybody back. Again, perhaps that zone, well not perhaps, it is that zonal marking. And here comes a left-footed cross from Brett in towards the back post. Halstead gets a punch on it and does well enough. It's headed back in towards the box row by Porter. Overhead kick by Porter, and Halstead just gets that in his hand. Welcome back to Dave Thomas from Torquay Weekly. Dave, Torquay United need to start this half certainly with much more impetus than they did in the first. Is that understatement of the year?
You're the master, Paul. Yeah, you're telling me. United have got to, and look, we're not asking, and nobody's asking to come up with world-beating stuff. It's just play what's on. Don't try and look for any more difficult than is absolutely necessary. Get stuck in, run hard, all that basic stuff.
Well, on the subject of basic stuff, I hope this doesn't sound disrespectful to Truro. I promise I don't mean it to be. But from the kick-off, Dave, they overloaded the right-hand side. It was clear where the ball was going, and solely with the intention of pinning United into their own half for the first few minutes of the half. And it's worked so far, just to sort of try and kill momentum, but make sure that United know that they're not going to have it all their own way. As the ball comes through, Greenslade going in there, but Harris just about does well enough there. Plays the ball behind Tomlinson, him and Halstead unsure who's going to go for it. Comes to Marshall, he's forced into a hurried clearance which Archer heads on. Williams comes in a bit of a push there, but it will come to Archer, and again he finds Dylan De Silva. But again, United seemingly go for the most difficult option available as Porter slips but get back up, and he feeds it back to Palmer. I believe he's had a good game for them, and Riley Lowe absolutely skins Harris there, but good covering back there by Ethan Archer, and forces the ball to be run out there by Porter, and United have a throw-in which comes up the left-hand side. I don't know why he's claiming, I think he was literally claiming for offside from a throw-in there, Dave, number 8. Surely that's not what he was claiming for, but unless he thought the ball went out and back in from the throw-in, but he literally stopped and let the ball go over him, claiming surely not offside from a throw-in, but you never know. Well, Hammond, a long clearance into United's half.
That's a better header from Tomlinson. It
is indeed, Dave. Actually is. Poor start to the second half for Plymouth Argyle as they've went behind by 2 goals to 1 at Cardiff early on in that second half. Unfortunately for them, still searching out that first away win of the season. And it's now Ryan Lott, a man who, when he was loaned here to play north from Plymouth Argyle, at first everybody had thought he was in for a big future, but that's not materialised for the young man so far. But it's his throw in that comes back into the midfield, and Brett just strokes that back, to Harrison, who finds Hammond, and his long diagonal ball again towards Harris and Riley Lowe out there. I think that's come off Harris, it has, and Truro will have a throw in. United 0, Truro City 1, 4 minutes played of the second half. Not sure there's some little thing over on the pop side there, Dave. I can see a few stewards guiding people or encouraging people not to do things by the looks of it, but I can't see exactly what it is. I don't see anything untoward.
I think it's people just making their way from one end of the ground to the other, so because United are playing that way.
Yeah. United now get the ball out to Marshall. He comes up the right hand side looking for Jenkins Davis. He thought he was fouled by Brett. The referee does give that there. To be truthful, there wasn't too many complaints for Torquay United, but the ironic cheers from the fans suggest that United haven't been getting much. I think that would be very unfair, and Brett McGavin takes it quickly. Referee not happy with that, gives it to Marshall, who then does pretty much what McGavin did, and the referee lets it go. And now McGavin coming into traffic again, though. He's got De Silva on the outside, but Jenkins Davis has got it, tries to dink it through, didn't realise De Silva was out there, and then it's a wild challenge there, a poor one. I think it was coming together as much as anything malicious, and the shot comes in there from Williams, goes down, but the referee is actually going to show the yellow card to
Porter.
It is Porter, isn't it? Well, Dave, I won't pretend I've seen that with camera lens accuracy.
It was a foul. It was a clear foul. I don't think he meant it nastily, but he got there second. Jenkins Davies read the situation quicker than he did. It's the sort of thing that gets booked quite often, and actually Porter probably came off worse in the challenge. He's still limping, but United managed to get down the right hand side and get a cross in. No power at all behind Williams' shot on the turn. Still 1-0 to Truro, and they've come out in the second half. They don't look like they're going to just try and sit on this 1-0 lead. Well, why would they?
Absolutely. I'm just watching Adam Porter there, Dave.
Yeah.
I think you said he come off of that worst. I think he's actually done himself some damage. I have to give a little bit of credit to Jenkins Davis there, because it was one of those from 60 yards away. It looked like it was a wild tackle, but I don't think either thought, Jenkins Davis took it well, for want of a better expression, not just receiving the challenge, but didn't make too much fuss about it.
He's a down-to-earth lad, Will Jenkins Davies. He's not a prima donna by any stretch of the imagination, and he's going to be a good player in time. He gets on with the job. He doesn't throw his toys out the pram or anything like that. And, he got on with it. And now, unfortunately, from Porter's point of view, having conceded the free kick, he's the one needing the treatment.
I think this will be a big blow to Truro if he can't continue, but I'm looking down there towards Paul Wotton, and they don't look to be thinking of any substitutions. Not entirely sure.
I think the fact that he got up and did his best to run it off fairly soon. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, here we go.
There they are, actually. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. It will be Dan Rooney coming on to replace him. Well, Dave, you and I cover quite a lot of Torquay United games, and there's one thing that I don't think we don't wish on anybody's injury, because it's basically been the story of Torquay United's decade, never mind season. But off comes, in my opinion, the impressive Adam Porter. I hope that's just precautionary as much as anything else. His socks rolled down, so I can't see any blood or anything or whatever. He is walking off, so good luck to the young man. Hopefully that one doesn't keep him out too long, and in my opinion, him and particularly Dean in their midfield three have been pretty impressive today. He's getting a little cuddle, for want of a better expression, from the Truro bench. He's moving reasonably freely, as I said, so from a Truro point of view, best wishes to young Adam Porter. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but as it stands, 25 yards from goal down the right hand side, Truro have a throw in which Tyler Harvey yet again keeps, but eventually is robbed of, and Dean Moxey will look to play a long ball, but De Silva will get nowhere near that. However, Ross Marshall might, and he plays a good ball to De Silva, and it goes all the way through to Hammond. Good goalkeeping there in truth by Hammond. He read that well. Good attempt by Marshall. Still 0-0 here at Plainmoor. 53 played.
Well, Dylan De Silva played at Chelmsford on Saturday and didn't have very much joy at all, even though he got plenty of the ball, and he's been dropped to the bench this afternoon. Funny how quickly things change in football, isn't it? And he's now got the chance to put that afternoon right, and he has the talent to do it.
Williams coming back, but his header, there was 3 United players around him and 1 Truro, and he managed to find the 1 Truro, which was Brett, and the ball put up towards Tyler Harvey down the right hand side, and he just about keeps it in. He will force Harris to play it. Riley Lowe's closing him down. Harris, that's a pretty poor clearance in truth, but good tracking back there by Williams. However, that good tracking back has become a foul on the marauding Palmer. As I said, I don't recall too many centre-backs that get involved as much as he has on the front foot.
I remember seeing Ed Palmer as a very young trainee at Plainmoor, 16, 17 years old, and he certainly never got forward in those days like he does now. All credit to him.
We're calling him Franz Palmer soon, Dave, the way he's bringing that ball out of defence, but as it stands, it's going to be Dean with a right-footed free kick, 35-40 yards from goal. Everybody again United defending their 18-yard line, and the ball comes up, goes ahead. Moxey misses it, will break to the edge of the box to substitute Rooney, looking for space, but De Silva closes him down, and Williams gets in there, but again it breaks a Truro City way through hard work rather than luck, hasn't he had, but they just hoof it forward, and it's now a throw-in. United penned. I thought they would be penned in, but Tomlinson receives it quickly. Back to Marshall, finds McGavin on the edge of his own box, strokes it along to Moxey. Harris is in a little bit of space, but immediately Riley Lowe comes to close him down, as he has done most of the day. But now Collins has had it, finds Williams. United looking to do things a little bit quicker here. Williams plays a ball out to the right hand side to find Dylan De Silva. He's up against Ryan Law. Marshall not offering support at the moment. De Silva goes on the outside, creates a bit of space, gets the ball dinked in, but it takes a little deflection off a Law and safely into the hands of James Hammond. But a little bit better from Torquay. I thought Marshall might have bust a gut a little bit more there to get forward, Dave, but chose not to for whatever reason.
Yeah, United they've got to force Truro to play at a pace that Truro aren't comfortable at. They've got to put them under a bit of pressure on the ball, it's not rocket science, is it? They can't stand off Truro here. And
Dave, I thought I seen at the Hemel Hempstead game the most idiotic booking I've ever seen in my life, when McGavin was shown a second yellow card for kicking the ball away a millisecond away. Well, Tyler Harvey's just received one, probably not as blatant as that or as stupid as that, but he's received one nonetheless. The ball went up, he nudged into the back of Moxie. The linesman, I think, put his flag up. Harvey, even I can see it from here, he's watching the ball, he jumps up for the header, and the referee books him for time wasting. Perhaps he meant it, I'm not sure, but I thought that was a little bit soft on Harvey, but he's got a yellow for heading the ball away as now Jenkins Davis comes up the edge of the box, skips past one, dinks it forward, he gets a break off O'Reilly low, looking for offside, it's not given, dinked in towards the back post, Collins can he get it back across, he can get it back across, but only a Truro head, breaks to McGavin on the edge of the box, he's got support on the left hand side, Harris again, but McGavin looking to create space for a shot, but he's well blocked out, everybody behind the ball for Truro bar Harvey, comes to Archer on the right hand side, but his first touch truthfully is pretty poor.
Showed far too much of it to,
yeah, absolutely.
Slightly low then, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's be a throw-in.
Sorry, to Rooney, I beg his pardon.
Throw-in to United, almost on the corner at the corner flag. The ball's given to De Silva, I think that is. I know it is. Marshall gets it back to Jenkins Davis, but again, Truro has to be said, very well organised off the ball, and they get a toe in. It's another throw-in. United take it quickly, Archer dinks it in towards Jenkins Davis, tries to control it, but again just outnumbered, and Rooney picks it up, and then Archer, I think that is De Silva, Archer, I beg your pardon, is deemed to have committed a free kick, a foul, I beg your pardon.
Truro had absolutely, as you mentioned, everybody except Harvey back in and around their own box, simply no room for United, and of course in those situations, if you dwell on the ball for 1 second too long, it's, you know, the spaces gets even tighter, there's even less room, so you have to get a touch, see a pass, play it, and if you have touch, all the room, all the time disappears.
Well, Ethan Archer is sitting on the ground. I don't think it's anything to worry about. I think in that movement there, or that moment when the free kick was conceded, he's taken an accidental dent to the face. I think he's holding his nose. I don't know if his nose is bleeding or it's a tooth or something, I'm not really sure. I think it's his nose, but I think once United can quell the bleeding there, that he will be absolutely fine. Just a reminder, you're listening to BBC Radio Devon Sport and BBC Radio Cornwall Sport on this Boxing Day. Merry Christmas, and I hope you're all enjoying the season, and at the moment today's visitors are enjoying it particularly, as with 59 played here at Plainmoor, it's Torquay United 0, Truro City 1. To the best of my knowledge, Plymouth Argyle are currently 2-1 down away to Cardiff City, and Exeter are, or were, let's try and find, 0-0 at home to Wickham. So at the moment it's 2 defeats and 1 draw, as Archer's going to change his shirt. He must have had blood on that, but he will be fine to continue. Harris just cuts out a long ball there and finds Jenkins Davis. I'm not sure actually looking for a ball over the back, over the top of Ryan Lowe, but he's done well there to get in front of De Silva, but it bounces off him, and Torquay United will have a throw in 2 yards from goal down this right hand side. It will be taken by Ross Marshall. I notice that Dean Moxie doesn't do so many of the long throws this season, Dave.
Does he?
That's it, as the numberless Ethan Archer now plays it out to Ross Marshall, and who's in an offside position. That's comically bad there from Marshall.
Well, the linesman is in a far better position than we are, but I was surprised that Marshall, of all people, but maybe Truro had just pushed out at the right time, got it right. The linesman is in a very good position to see, and he flagged Marshall offside. There we go.
He did indeed. Just a reminder, of course.
Still United 0, Truro 1. Well, sorry, carry on.
No, sorry, Dave. The reverse fixture will be played on Saturday. United and Truro bringing the game forward from New Year a little bit. It will be played at Blytheville Park in Plymouth. I'm pretty sure it will be very much close to a sellout, if not completely sold out. And of course it will be covered. Archers went down again. I don't know what's the matter with him here, Dave.
He's still bleeding, isn't he?
I think he's borderline choking on his own blood there, without wishing to sound like a horror movie director, but
he's they haven't stopped the bleeding, have they, from his nose? That's the top and bottom of it.
They definitely haven't.
He's going off again. Well, he's already had one new clean shirt. So he's going to be needing another one.
Yep. So again, just to remind you, on Saturday it will be Truro City versus Torquay United, as always covered here on BBC Radio Devon Sport. You'll be able to hear the whole match. And from a Torquay United perspective, they'll be hoping for a different outcome. From a Truro City perspective, they'll be more than happy if the game plays out like this. And I have to say, they've been one of the better sides coming here to play more this season, in my opinion. Or certainly in the first half, particularly the first 20 minutes or so, as they'll have a little clash of heads. And Will Jenkins-Davies, and
he's in the wars, isn't he, this afternoon? Jenkins-Davies, and the referee is calling over.
Yeah, I think Will
Regan Miles, the United physio, quite urgently. Jenkins-Davies has not moved since that headed challenge.
Yeah, and I think Truro City's shown real concern for Will Dean as well. I think it's him, it's down. I will confirm that.
United's doctor is running out there as well.
The pace he went at there, Dave, actually, that's as you said, Jenkins-Davies. I can see his legs moving, so I don't think he's unconscious, and I hope he's not unconscious. But Dave, despite my deep southern drawl, I actually follow Scottish football quite closely, and there was an incident up there a couple of weeks ago when a player was the recipient of a, in my opinion, ludicrously reckless challenge. He took a head to the back of his head, it knocked him unconscious, he fell to the floor, but he did recover fortunately. But Jenkins-Davies, well, he's not been as bad as that one. It's
he's sitting
up now, but so, I don't think there was even an ounce of malice from either player there.
No.
And certainly Dean, who I think is, I'm pretty sure it's Will Dean that's down there. Hopefully both of these young men will be back up and okay.
I think, look, United's injury list is already absolutely crippling them. We're talking, you must remember, Aaron Jarvis, Brad Ash, their two leading scorers, scored nearly 20 goals between them this season.
Yeah, well, sorry Dave, but Mark Buse, a name familiar to a lot of Torquay fans, is about to come off the bench for Truro, and I think Dean is going to be taken off for Buse. Buse, I cannot say this without sounding disrespectful, but in my opinion he's a higher level than this, to be honest. I thought he was quite an impressive signing for Torquay, done pretty well. I know his famous moment was unfortunately missing a penalty at Ashton Gate, but I actually thought he was a decent. I was surprised United let him go. I thought he was a good squad filler, and well, it looks like he's getting on the bench at Truro. I thought he was worth a start, but to be fair,
I think Dean may have to come off.
I think he is going to, well, I don't think he is going to come off, so that's another huge blow for today's visitors, Truro City, because that's now Porter and Dean are going to come off. But truthfully,
and I think
this is a pretty
Jenkins-Davies, although he's going off over the far side with a bandage round his head, he's going to be okay to come back on. But Dean, who took a similar bash in that heading duel, he's coming off, and Buse is going on.
Yeah, well, Dean's he is walking off, but with the assistance of their physio. And well, Mark Buse getting some little boos there, all in good nature, I hasten to add. But we've got Ethan Archer at one side wanting to come back on from an injury. We've got Jenkins-Davies on the other side wanting to come back from an injury, and in between that, Will Dean very slowly comes off. He's clearly concussed, Dave. They just need to get him straight into that dressing room and get him looked at. He's clearly, you can see, he doesn't know whether it's New Year or New York, to be honest.
It was a brave header. Both of them went for it. They didn't hold anything back. As you said, there was no malice at all in it.
No, definitely not.
But Dean has come off.
Yeah, his blood flowing from it. Looks like he's about his upper left eye area, Dave. Well, again, similar to I said when Porter went off, let's wish him all the best as well. But in my opinion, without being a medical specialist, they really need to get him into the changing room, never mind the bench.
I'm sure they know what they're doing.
Yeah, let's hope so, Dave, let's hope so. As Marshall, we get underway again. De Silva dummies the ball to, I don't know why he dummied it to Harrison in defence, and now Brett McGavin just inside Truro half have got a chance to build. He finds Collins, Harris supports on the left hand side, but again United not using him as an option as often as they should today, in my opinion. But he's got it now, comes back to Archer, he comes back to McGavin, back into Archer on the left hand edge of the box, and Gavin's now got it. Well, good news from Exeter City. Sonny Cox, who's played here already this season for Yeovil, has put the home side in front as De Silva tried. Well, that's poor from De Silva. Exeter City 1, Wickham 0.
That was so weak, wasn't it, from De Silva? Archer found him with a really good ball from left to right, in behind Law. He's got a good view of it. He can either knock the ball back across the face of goal or really let rip with a volley, and he didn't either.
No, absolutely. As the ball comes all the way through, just about to Halstead there. It's, as I said, Exeter City looking for their first win for what must feel like forever for their fans. And as I said, Sonny Cox, the man we recalled from loan from Yeovil, has found the goal. Well done to him. Still a fair way to go in that game. We've played 66 minutes here at Plainmoor, but in truth we're already looking about 6 or 7 minutes injury time, and I'd imagine we might even be heading towards a 10 mark at the end of the game as De Silva finds McGavin. Again, Truro's organisation off the ball, fairly impressive. Williams gets in, good turn, but immediately closed down by Rooney.
First touch wasn't good enough, was it?
I thought he did all right at first day, but as you said, Rooney just closed him down. McGavin now finds Collins, and back to McGavin. United again, for some reason, not utilising Harris out on that left-hand side. Instead it comes out to the right-hand side to an offside Ross Marshall, which, well, the fans are moaning about that, but truthfully, Dave, I could see that from here. Poor again from Marshall. But
at least United kept the ball then for a little while. They've probably put 8-9 passes together. They're trying to be patient. They're trying to open up the Truro defence. You know, they're not panicking, if you know what I mean, which I think 1-0 down at home in front of a big Boxing Day crowd they might well do. And all right, they got that one wrong in the end, a little offside, but
well, it's Truro now through Greenslade down left hand side, dinks it in, looking for Rooney. Was he brought down there? No, he wasn't. He tried to buy one there, but truthfully there might have been contact. The referee decides not though. But again, Riley Lowe and Harris go for it, but it's Harris, beg your pardon, Riley Lowe, it comes out with the best of that. Jenkins Davis gets in and takes an arm straight across the face there from Brett. Accidental again, I hasten to add. The referee does bring it back for a free kick.
Straightforward foul, free kick. Get on with it. Well, another change coming for United here.
It'll be Ryan Hansen coming on, and it looks like for Will Jenkins Davis. Yeah, well, I think United, well, whether I don't think that's reflective of Jenkins Davis's performance. Perhaps United just realising that isn't a never-ending fixture list.
He's taken a knock, and it hasn't really been his afternoon.
I'm not 100% convinced that he was scheduled to come off around about this time anyway, Dave. He's only back from injury, hasn't he? It's, Gary Johnson suggested that. I think he said along the lines of he just about made it today, so regardless of that.
He'd taken a kick on his thigh and on his kicking leg as well. That was the problem, so they can be difficult to shake off sometimes.
As Archer tries to play it in for De Silva, who does get in, he's brought down, but the referee gives nothing.
Not for me. Not for me. I think the referee thought he was looking for it, and for me it wasn't in the box anyway. He may have fallen in the box. I think he might have, just on outside or on the edge of the box, Dave. I thought that was obstruction, but I could actually see that one both ways. No surprises for guessing which way United thought that one should go, but as it is, they will try to go and I've noticed that Truro are going to make another change. It will be their third and final one, as Williams does well down the right hand side, but again, good defending there, this time by Harrison. I think it wasn't come all the way over, concedes a corner, and Torquay United have got a chance. It's going to be, well, they're about to make Harvey Greenslade will be coming off for Andrew Neil, their joint top scorer with 7 goals. Quite right too. Referee is coming over and booking
Paul Watton.
No, the assistant. I think that's the assistant. Paul Watton's up here.
Sorry, he is. Yeah. Well,
they were having a real go at the linesman for something that they disagreed with moments earlier, and it was the tone of their criticism that's got the assistant booked.
It's going to be a corner from Brett McGavin, I think that is there. I can just about see his head from the right hand side with the right foot. United trying their best to get back on level terms, and it comes up, go the heads, headed away by a Truro head, breaks to Moxie on the edge of the box. He has got Collins there to his left. Collins gets it, dinks it in, looking for Hansen, but good.
Got to be looking for that.
He does a little bit, Dave. I think Rooney did fairly well there and put Hansen off, but as you said,
you've got to be throwing yourself at stuff like that.
I agree, Dave. I agree. And we're about to see joint top scorer Andrew Neil coming on to replace Greenslade. Not been overly involved today, Greenslade, but
well, he looked really dangerous early on.
He did, yeah, but
nothing much has happened for him in the last sort of hour or so, but I think he's put a good shift in this afternoon.
Well, I think it's when you can come away to a place like this and bring your joint top scorer on, Dave, then things maybe not looking as bad as I said their league position suggests, but I've been fairly impressed with Truro today, to be honest with you.
20 minutes to go.
There is.
Are we in for a real stunning result against the Gulls here this afternoon? They were on such a good run, weren't they?
Yep.
4 successive league wins, 5 in all competitions. What was it, 8 wins in 10 games, something like that.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, the injuries catch up with them last Saturday at Chelmsford. 2-0 down, and they come home against Truro on Boxing Day. And as things stand, they're going to lose this one as well.
Yeah, that's... As the ball comes forward, and the referee, the linesman actually flags there for a foul by Harvey on Moxie, and he needs to be careful after picking up a yellow card as McGavin comes rampaging forward, plays it out to the right hand side to Marshall, trying to get into Truro's half, which he does with a pass to Ethan Archer, who then finds De Silva, who tries to be too intricate again, dummies it, but in truth Harrison could have seen that one coming last week, never mind just there, and Archer now forced back to McGavin, who finds Moxie on the halfway line, who does use Harris on the left hand side, but again Riley Lowe comes out immediately to close him down. It's been a fairly obvious tactic for them that when Harris picks the ball up, they're closing him down immediately, and now Rooney picks it up for Truro and a chance for him to build his side, but he almost loses his foot and gets it out to Ryan Lowe on this left hand side, immediately closed down. It's now back to Harrison, the left centre back for Truro, and back to Hammond in goal, closed down by Williams, but he gets it away. However, Harris should pick that up, but rather than control it, he dinks it forward. Lewis Collins may get in there, he does get in there. Conor Riley Lowe claiming for a free kick, and the referee buys it with a little bit of assistance from the pop side of field there, Dave, but United have a free kick almost on the, just about 3 yards behind the corner flag on the right hand side. Brett McGavin goes sauntering out there to take it. United have got Williams, Hansen, Tomlinson, Marshall in the box, Archer, De Silva on the edge of it. Collins making his way in there to take up the position. United will attack that from deep. It's almost like a corner here. It'll be the right foot of McGavin, 17 to play it, playing more in. It comes headed easily away by Tyler Harvey. Really poor free kick. It will come to Ethan Archer. He feeds it back to Harris, who then gives it to Collins, but it's all the way back to Truro's goal. He gets out to the right hand side, Dylan De Silva, and a little bit of space to get the ball in, but his early crosses easily cleared there. It breaks to Collins. His deflected shot comes to Archer, left hand edge of the box, looks for McGavin. McGavin's got it now back onto the right foot, slows it down, finds Collins inside the box. Collins dinks it towards the back post, missed there by Harrison at the back line, but he didn't get punished for that. It will come to De Silva. He's got Hansen behind him, who gives it back to De Silva. Truro again, everybody behind the ball, and then Williams gets it there. He's walked down. No, he's not. It will break a Truro way, and Rooney tries to play it up, but Tomlinson and Tyler Harvey both
2 chances to cross there in the last couple of minutes. United didn't beat the first defender on either of them. 1 free kick and 1 cross.
Absolutely. Harris again, United trying to build a tempo. The last 5 minutes or so have certainly been spent more in Truro's half. Collins now driving through the middle of the park, trying to find space, plays it out to De Silva. He's got Marshall, who will offer him support. This time stays on side. Marshall gets a low cross, but it's easily again cleared away by Harrison. He seems to be on the end of everything at the moment for Truro. Good defending by him, and it will be another throw in, which Tomlinson will take to Dean Moxie. Moxie just strokes it back to Tomlinson, and now he will look for movement again, playing a ball to somebody who's got somebody breathing down his neck's never going to end well, and Brett clears it for another throw in to, it's actually come off the United player, and Truro City will have a throw in, which Ryan Law will saunter over to take. We have got 15 minutes left here at Plainmoor. You're listening to BBC Radio Devon and BBC Radio Cornwall Sport on this Boxing Day afternoon. Good afternoon to you all. We are currently watching Torquay United 0, Truro City 1. The second half though is beginning to edge towards the home side in terms of territory and a little bit of pressure, but without creating too much. Excellent stuff from Collins in midfield there. there, creates a little bit of space. He has got Archer on the right-hand side, left-hand side coming inside, tries a low shot. Hammond gets on it. Williams will keep that in, tips it back. Here's a chance to get a shot in. Can Collins keep it? No, he can't. He finds De Silva looking for space, tries a shot, but again Truro just blocking everybody out. The ball bouncing around the box, no handball given there. A claim from United. Marshall back out to Dylan De Silva. Can he create that little bit of space to get the ball in? Excellent challenge there by substitute Rooney, but De Silva keeps it in, and he now finds Collins, edge of the box looking for space. Collins tries a left foot shot, saved away by Hammond. Good save there. It will come to Harris, chance to get the ball back in, and it comes up, goes ahead of Hansen. Brilliant save again by Hammond, and Torquay United have a corner, and this is what the Yellow Army have been looking for most of the game. Good goalkeeping by Hammond, corner United. Two good saves there by Hammond, but Brett McGavin now has a chance to get a corner in. United all of a sudden looking like a different team. In comes a corner, up go the heads. It's again headed away by a Truro player, but breaks to Archer, brings it down, finds Dean Moxey. He's forced back to Harris. United looking for movement again, which they find through Archer. He's got McGavin to his right, he misses him out and finds De Silva wide right. De Silva trying to get by his man, but again Rooney just takes it off and pokes it out for a throw in, which is quickly taken by De Silva to Archer, but his first control is in it, but it comes back to Archer, goes past one. He's now in the box, finds Collins on the edge of the box. Can Collins shoot? He can shoot, but Hammond will turn that round for a corner as well, and Torquay United are now putting this Truro defence under siege, Dave.
All Torquay at the moment. Truro can't get out of their own half. Not surprising, it's taken a long time coming.
Yep.
Can they turn this pressure into an equaliser, the goals?
Well, Hammond beginning to put in his claim for man of the match, but in truthfully there, Dave, I thought he could actually have maybe held that one, but he didn't. But United now, everybody in the 6-yard box, and it comes towards the back post, hit away by Hammond. That almost went straight in from the corner. It goes out. I thought that went out for a corner.
Yes.
Well, I think that, why is the linesman not giving that, Dave? The referee actually gave that there. Is it a corner? It is. McGavin's going out there. And it's going to be McGavin and De Silva over there. They're thinking about it short, but truthfully after the first half I wouldn't be doing that again. United flooding the penalty area, every single Truro player in their own box, a lot of them around the penalty spot. Archer goes to that. Here comes McGavin again, dinked in, up go the heads again. It's over everybody. It'll come to Dean Moxey just on the left hand edge of the box. He's looking for movement, which he finds through Collins. Another ball comes into the box. Can United get on it? It's going to break the edge of the box. Shot comes in. Superb block there by Brett. Absolutely heroic defending from him. Some people claiming a handball. I didn't see it as that, but United through Collins again, looking to build. He's driving towards Truro. He tries a long shot from distance, and it hits off the edge at the top of the bar and goes out for a goal kick. 12 minutes just under to play it, playing more. A resurgent Torquay United now. Truro City 1, Dave, but perhaps the equaliser looks like it's coming.
Not yet. Who unleashed that volley?
Collins.
Collins.
Yeah.
No, not that was the shot. The volley that Brett blocked.
Archer.
It was Archer, was it? Yes. Tremendous block by Ryan Brett to stop Archer equalising, and then moments later, a 30-yarder from Collins that flew over James Hammond, who's pulled off 2 or 3 really top saves in the last few minutes. Beat him all ends up, hit the top of the bar and went over.
Well, fair play to Torquay United's fans here. They're getting behind their side. They're beginning to like what they see, but
they've had precious little to cheer about.
Yeah, absolutely. As we head towards the final 10 minutes, truthfully, Dave, I think we're looking, in my opinion, at least 8 minutes additional time. So realistically, probably not far shy of 20 minutes to go, and it'll be a throw into Truro, 25 yards from the United goal down the right hand side in front of the pop side, looking for movement, which Matt Buse is trying to supply, but United get it back, and now can they get on the front foot again? Hansen, one of the substitutes, rolls it out to Ross Marshall. Dylan De Silva's in front of him. He goes down the wing, looking for Theo Williams, who has now pulled a hamstring, and he will be coming off.
Another one.
He's pulled up, it's a hamstring. Davey went for it straight away, and Torquay United.
What is it with hamstrings and players these days?
Well,
let's hope it might be. Let's hope it might be cramp.
No, I'd love to think that it's a hamstring, Dave. Sorry, it's a hamstring, yeah. And of course, the
It's still a head injury. Well done, Truro.
And United are going to finish the game with 10 men as well, Dave, because they've made their substitutions. De Silva come on for Foyo, Hansen for Davis.
Wow.
Sorry, they've only made 2, haven't they? My apologies.
I
beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Apologies for my poor information there.
When troubles come, they come in big battalions, don't they?
Yeah, we're going to have a choice of Dan Martin or Dylan Crowe. So
off he goes. Williams now gone down with a hamstring.
And it's going to be, well, there is a substitute. He's got the board up, but the player's not there.
It's Crowe.
It's going to be Dylan Crowe, actually. It'll be very interesting to see where he plays, Dave. I would assume, and I say this with total guesswork, Ross Marshall will go up front. Dylan Crowe will take his place at right back. And United will spend the next 18 to 20 minutes going long. You're listening to BBC Radio Devon and BBC Radio Cornwall Sport on this Boxing Day afternoon from Plainmoor. As the clock is about to turn 82 minutes played, I do feel it will be at least 8, but probably nearer 10 minutes additional time, because both sides have suffered some pretty bad injuries today. Well, pretty poor instance to go off. I don't know how bad the injuries will be. And as it stands, it's the visitors who are 1-0 up, defying their lead position but confirming their good form as Archer tries to come forward, gets away from 1 or 2, but he's eventually blocked. But Collins gets that out to Harris, left hand side, plays it back in, looking for a chance here for United, but another save by Hammond as Ethan Archer ghosted into the box but delayed his shot ever so slightly. It was eventually blocked there by Palmer and went kindly into the arms of Hammond. I think Archer should have done a little bit better there, Dave, to be perfectly honest.
It was a narrow angle though, wasn't it? That was the thing. He was running out of room, as it were, and
as a Truro just get a little break of the ball there. He gets it, and Harvey just couldn't get onto the end of that there. A big chance for Truro to perhaps finish this game there.
Hammond is winning this game for Truro at the moment.
He is, as another long ball comes forward looking for De Silva, but I think it's going to be a bit overhit, is it? It is a bit. De Silva, I don't think he really believed he could get that here. They get that there, and it will be a goal kick. Hammond has been made some decent save.
72 away supporters is 3,764. Thank you very much for your wonderful support.
The crowd today for a Torquay United side who've had a little bit of dissension off the field on this Boxing Day, including 72 coming up from Cornwall. Well done to you guys, safe journey back to wherever you're going. But the attendance today at Plainmoor, 3,764, an absolutely fantastic turnout, mainly from the Yellow Army, and we are currently watching this derby favouring the away side. They absolutely destroyed United, to be fair, in the first 20-25 minutes of the game. The game's been far more even since then. I feel in this second half that perhaps Truro, I beg your pardon, Torquay United have been the better team, and the linesman, he's making Halstead take a kick about literally 3 feet to the side of where he placed it. A little bit pedantic there, but we head towards the final 6 minutes of normal time here. Halstead's long clearance, well headed away by Palmer, and that's going to break now to Tyler Harvey. He's up against Tomlinson. Tomlinson holds him up a little bit. Harvey keeps possession and puts it out to Riley Lowe on the right hand side. Truro again getting men up. I can see Mark Buse heading towards the edge of the box here. Riley Lowe slows it down though and finds Adelsbury. He finds Mark Buse on the edge of the box, back to Riley Lowe. He's got support on the right hand side, dinked in there looking for Buse. Head goes up but he can't do much with that. Moxie, clever header by Moxie, finds Harrison. United a chance to clear, which they take. Marshall, as I suggested, United go long. Marshall does really well there and finds Ethan Archer. It is 5 Truro against 3 Torquay. United try to get men up. Archer left hand side of the box coming in, plays it past to Brett McGavin, but he's miscontrols it. It will break to Dylan Crowe. Crowe looking, dink it in. It was a good ball in by Crowe, but again there headed away in fairness by Truro. McGavin just about gets it. He's forced back to Moxie on the halfway line, and United will look to build again. Moxie recycles to Harris on the left hand side. Harris, can he get the ball in the box? A good cross, he can. Up goes ahead of Hansen, but it's going nowhere and goes harmlessly behind for a goal kick. We've got just under 5 to play here at Plainmoor. Torquay United now
plus stoppage time.
Thank you very much.
plus stoppage time, Paul. That could be quite a lot, couldn't it?
Well, Ethan Archer has been given the stadium man of the match. It usually causes a little guffaw in the commentary box, but I'm not really sure. I don't think there's been an outstanding Torquay player today, in truth, Dave, has there, so far anyway?
Absolutely not. No, I agree with you. I'd be struggling to pick one. I think McGavin's done pretty well in midfield. You know, he's never shirked receiving the ball. He's tried to keep United moving all the time.
Yeah, Marshall goes to head that. I suppose that's given Truro a different thing to think about. Marshall McGavin just about tries to head that, but he gives it away. Ball down forward. Yeah. Who's given? Oh, there he is there. I couldn't see the linesman. He blended quite into that board over there, Dave. I thought he did have his flag up there for offside. And United again, Dean Moxey will try and get United on the front foot. He comes back into Brett McGavin, who then finds Collins dropped a little bit deeper, looking for movement. De Silva offers that on the right hand side, but Collins' pass is really poor and goes out harmlessly for a throw-in. Again, thank you for all our listeners from BBC Radio Cornwall today. If we have some Truro City fans, you can undoubtedly be proud of your team's performance today with 3.5 minutes of normal time to go. They are still, I wouldn't want to say hanging on, but they are still leading by 1-0. But the last 10-15 minutes, they've had to show some real heart and desire, which they've done very well to keep this lead, as they dink it forward just to relieve the pressure, and Tomlinson heads it back to Halstead, who immediately bowls it out to Harris. This time Riley Lowe doesn't go to close him down, and Harris will come up towards the halfway line looking for movement, which he finds with Collins. Back to Harris. He's got support on the left hand side there from Hansen. He slows Harris down. Now back to Collins. He's trying to get more involved for Torquay, at least by dropping a little bit deeper, and good movement by him. It's now back out to Harris. Going to get the ball in the box. He does get the ball in the box, but it goes straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, James Hammond, who goes to the floor. But truthfully, his second half display has probably been the difference a little bit. Couple of decent saves, couple of ones he should have made, which he did. There's Truro trying to come forward, McGavin trying to nip in that there. He gets his toe on it. Will he be able to keep that in? Yes, he will. Dylan Crowe now is going to offer him support, but McGavin slows it down, comes to Tomlinson again. Truro playing a high line here now, trying to catch United offside, and Tomlinson makes a silly mistake there and gives the ball away to, I think it's Rooney, the substitute. No, it isn't, I beg your pardon, it was Andrew Neil, but he can't do anything with it, and Torquay United have it again. Just under 2 minutes of additional time. I'm sure, as Dave suggested, it will be, in my opinion, between 8 and 10. The ball goes forward looking for Marshall, who's given offside. That looked a poor decision there. I thought Marshall came from behind the defender, but his control made the decision null and void anyway, really, as he couldn't get onto it. And we head towards the end of this one. Just a quick check on how the other Devon teams are doing. The last and new Plymouth Argyle were 2-1 behind. Exeter City through Sonny Cox are 3 minutes away from recording their first victory in goodness knows how long. I beg your pardon. Morgan Whittaker has got 2 today, and Plymouth Argyle are 2 each. So that's a decent result for them. Hopefully they could find a winner. As Harvey gets on the end of that, Moxie reads it, clears it forward, but it's going to be Palmer again. Personally, he would be very close to my man of the match for Truro. And again, Brett clears it as well. We're about to see the board. I think all I could see was zeros on that, so I just went back in with it. We've certainly not had confirmation yet. Not very many have left playing more, or not any actually. 1 or 2 beginning to head down the stairs, but I think they might change their mind when they realise there's still a considerable amount of time to go here. I'm sure that's taken well there by Harvey. It was with a hand in Harvey. Oh well, he almost went to kick the ball away there again, but the referee blew the whistle and saved him a yellow card. Another tackle by Neil. Oh well, I thought that was pretty harsh, Dave. I don't know if you caught that, but Neil picks up a yellow card. United again given away, but Dylan Crowe retrieves it, finds Ethan Archer, but that will come off them. I still can't see how long's to go. I've got a feeling, well, it's going to be 8 minutes. I'm surprised it's only that. But the Torquay official holds it up. We have got 8 minutes additional time as Ross Marshall gets on to the end of it, and Torquay United have a corner. Long ball headed on by Marshall. De Silva challenged. I think it was Ryan Lowe over there. Quick short corner from United. De Silva chooses not to go in. Comes back to McGavin. United need to get us into the box. shot to Collins, back to McGavin, edge of the box, turns one way, turns inside, goes past two men, but again he overruns it, and then the Truro player Ryan Law just throws himself to the ground. He must have been tickled there, but he's got the free kick. Well, he was going to get the goal kick anyway. McGavin again trying to be a little bit overly elaborate, as were Torquay, to be fair.
Well, McGavin hasn't got the pace to go past anybody. He's a very good footballer and he can do other stuff, but the moment he tried to go past that player in the box, mainly because he'd run out of ideas of what else to do, he was 1,000,000 to 1, and Truro ran the ball behind over the byline, and they now have a goal kick.
So at the moment for our Devon sides, we have one winning, one drawing and one losing, and I'm not really sure too many of us predicted that particular conundrum at the beginning of the game, as ball's headed on there. Tomlinson forced to keep that in, and now Hansen, and we are 1 minute into the additional 8 that was signalled. Long ball up looking for Marshall, but headed away there again by Harrison in the back line there for Truro. Now Matt Bruce has got it, not really been involved since he came on. Back to Palmer, and out there to the right hand side to Riley Cox. Good little ball in there to Brett, but again Marshall coming back to close him down, but Truro doing well to keep possession, and then they decide to go long, and Dean Moxey will easily mop that up. He just brings it down again, looking for movement. Marshall, De Silva, both up front. Hansen going up there for Torquay, comes out to the left hand side now into Collins. He's beginning to get more involved in this game. Is it going to be too little too late as Dylan Crowe feeds it out to Dylan De Silva on the right hand side? Crowe's got it again, can he fashion space for a cross? He tries to be a bit too intricate there, and the ball goes out, and a goal kick has been given. And again, well, I'm not sure why Crowe didn't just attempt the first time cross there, but easy for me to say up here. We're into additional time at St James's. Sonny Cox's goal could reignite Exeter season, but Torquay United, with just under 6 minutes left here, need at least one. Obviously need two. Only drawn one match this season, Torquay United. As Hammond takes a long kick, up it goes. Tyler Harvey gets in there. Good turn by Harvey, does well to hold Moxey off. Really good player at this level, Harvey, for me. And he comes back to Palmer again, coming out of defence, but his attempted pass is blocked, but it was blocked off the arm, the same of a United player. I think it's Hansen over there, I'm not sure. But it will be a free kick which Truro take, maybe quicker than I expected them to, all the way out to this left here to Law. They're looking for that second goal now, which would completely kill this game. He's got Neil behind him, who he finds left on the edge. Ryan Law again, he's going in there, but well, I think that's soft as well. I thought that was a free kick, and now Dylan De Silva, a chance to get United on the front foot. Good tracking back by substitute Rooney. De Silva though has got a ball into towards the box, come to Hansen, who lays it down the edge of the box. Archer, can he find space for a shot? He can. Well blocked out, it's going to come to McGavin. Long shot for McGavin, but just goes up and high, just wide of the post. Little bit high. We've got 4.5 minutes left here, Dave. United still knocking at the door.
I don't think the door is about to come off its hinges. That's the problem. United have absolutely dominated this second half in terms of possession and territory, but whenever they've been confronted by a packed, determined and very disciplined Truro defence, they have often run out of ideas, haven't they?
Yep.
And City have stuck to their task. They haven't, by any stretch, you can't accuse them of sitting on this lead or parking the bus. They've just soaked up the pressure as they've had to do. And as things stand, it looks as if they're about to pull off what will be for them a famous victory at Plainmoor.
I did say, Dave, with their games in hand, if they keep the wins coming up, they'll be looking at the playoffs, never mind the relegation zone, which I thought people thought going at as Harvey picks it up. Tries to get past one, surely fouls Dylan Crowe there, he does. Harvey just needs to be a little bit careful, don't do anything silly before the end of this match. We have got just over 3 minutes of this additional time to play here at Plainmoor. Thank you so much for joining us on BBC Radio Devon and BBC Radio Cornwall Sport on this Boxing Day afternoon. But it's the team from Cornwall at the moment who are going to be taking all 3 points, especially if United try to do that too often. And another silly pass there from Harris. He had option after option and he just fired it into Hansen with 2 men round him, and United conceded through and no idea what Harris was trying there.
The fact is United are they went into today third. I don't know where they'll be at the end of it. And yet you look and
not any higher.
And you look at it and you think, I know these injuries, nobody wants to hear that all the time, but it is a huge factor, and the team they've got out at the moment simply isn't good enough to win promotion from this league.
Agreed.
End of story.
Dave, and you say about the injuries, Dave, it's not an excuse, it's a fact, because the players were brought in to play first team, not be squad players. That's the reality. I know it happens to a lot of other teams, just not to the extent it does to United, but again, they've still got some decent players out there. But I feel personally, I'm not just saying this because we've got our Cornish friends listening to us today, I think Truro have come here and put on a pretty decent performance, to be honest, as Marshall gets a header and that's going to break the edge of the box. Collins, superb tackle there on Collins, absolutely superb from Ryan Lowe there. He stopped in a definite goal-bound shot there. Brilliant block. Collins is struggling a little bit, but United don't have time to slow this one down. It comes out to Harris just over the halfway line, again looking for movement, but he finds Archer, and it's all back to Goldstuff, who finds McGavin. Collins back on his feet, long ball out towards Dylan De Silva. Can he eventually last get past his man and get a ball in? He comes back inside, he tries it, get blocked down again, but it's going to come to McGavin. United still looking to build, still looking to build McGavin. The little ball down there, but well, that was meant for Crow. De Silva intercepted it, but he still got it and then gives it away. And now Ryan Law with that absolutely fantastic challenge a minute ago has got Tyler Harvey on the front foot. He's up against Tomlinson, but he slows it down a little bit. He's got support from substitute Neil. He's got a brilliant play by Neil there, and that's a clear free kick. Absolutely megged. Tomlinson a cracker there, and Tomlinson blocks him off. He couldn't get out his road, but a definite free kick to Truro, and it's looking like now, with just 50 seconds of the 8 additional minutes added on left, that Truro are going to come away here with a win, and probably one of their best wins of the season. And I think after the first half performance I will speak to a couple of them after the game, I think that they will probably feel they deserve this.
Beg your pardon, everybody.
A festive sneeze, understandable, is it?
Yeah. I'm going to sign off just to, you never know, me shutting up might just bring him a bit of luck in the last few seconds.
I hope so, Dave, but Halstead almost gives that away there in his own 6-yard box. Thank you again to Dave Thomas for his efforts today. We are now 15 seconds from the final whistle. Truro fans hoping and praying United don't find that little break that they need, as Dylan Crowe bizarrely leaves that. It now comes out looking for Archer, but again Ryan Lowe shuts him down. Law, beg your pardon, shuts him down. Archer forced out wide, and the referee blows for full time. And it is the Cornish side, Truro City, who come to Plainmoor here in a first half display which was really top class from them, has given them all 3 points. United battled and fought in the second half, and for a 15-minute spell goalkeeper James Hammond kept his side in it, but it's been a pretty impressive performance from the visitors today, not just on the front foot, but when the questions were asked of their defence, they threw bodies in the way, Brett in particular and Ryan Lowe towards the end, to block any chance Torquay United had of getting back on level terms. It's a big blow to Gary Johnson's side. I think a lot of Torquay United fans may have came here today expecting a comfortable, if not easy-ish 3 points. Well, Truro City have proved that there are absolutely no mugs in this division, and their 3 points will start taking them up the table. I did mention earlier, if they win their couple of games in hand, all of a sudden, never mind the relegation battle, they'll be looking at a playoff push, and for them this is a huge result for them, and one that I feel that they will deserve, or they feel that they will deserve anyway. So the full-time score, I will run through the synopsis in a minute, is 1-0 to Truro City. It was mainly their first half performance that got them the 3 points, and the big moment of the game from a corner kick from Dean from the left hand side with the right foot was headed back across Halstead by Addlesbury into the net. That's the one that makes a difference today. United couldn't create a whole host, but in the second half, to be fair, or the last 15 of normal time, all of a sudden United built the pressure. Within a couple of seconds, Hammond made 2 good saves. A minute after that, he made another good save, and then then a long shot from Collins hit the top of the bar, and a McGavin long shot in the final minute went wide. Excuse me, but as I said, it will be Truro who will go back down towards Cornwall with the 3 points here today. And looking at the celebrations they're having in front of their fans, they will definitely feel that they deserve that, and truthfully probably a little bit hard to argue with that as well. We will be going back to the studio soon to give you a roundup of all the Radio Devon sport. But again, thank you for all our listeners from BBC Radio Cornwall today. It was a pleasure having you guys with us, and your side have put on a very impressive show to nick this one. There was a spate of yellow cards as well, but again for both sides actually another factor of this match is injuries. Jenkins Davis taken off injured, and Theo Williams looks like he pulled a hamstring, but unfortunately for Truro, two of their central midfielders, Porter and Dean, also pick up injuries, and they were taken off as well. Hopefully all of them will recover reasonably soon. A crowd of 3,764, which included 72 from the away side. Has been a bumper crowd here at Plainmoor, but they have not, the majority of them, got what they wanted to see. It's hopefully, as I said, we will speak to the manager, Gary Johnson, after the game. I'm sure he'll be pretty annoyed with how things went, especially in the first half. But again, just to run through it, it basically took 27 minutes for United to create a chance of any note in the first half. That was after being dominated completely by the visitors today. 7 minutes gone, Porter had a good chance, but Halstead saved, and then another shot blocked. A few minutes after that, a Harvey shot went just wide. Greenslade went clean through and goal after 12 minutes. Halstead kept him out. Big chance for Greenslade twice, as one of his shots was saved and booked was after 15 minutes. But as I said, after 19 minutes, Adelsbury got the winning goal with a header from a corner. The second half, there was quite a few yellow cards and whatever, but the last 15 minutes or so, Torquay United started building the pressure. Two good saves in a few seconds by Hammond kept United out. A minute later, he made another save, and then a brilliant block by Brett kept United out. Lewis Collins hit the top of the bar with 10 to go. 4 minutes to go, McGavin shot wide. But the full time here from Plainmoor, Torquay United 0, Truro City 1. Thank you for joining us. Happy Christmas.